Chapter 340. Lin Xian let out a long sigh. At the same time, the fixed image disappeared because of his death. Heaven's wrath needle, that's ridiculous. It was an instant kill. There was no room for resistance. The most ridiculous thing is that it can ignore defensive qi. Lin Xian said. The main thing was that Zhang Chu lost because of his arrogance. He thought that they had no room for resistance. Who knew that Lin Xian had such a heaven-defying heaven's wrath needle? Lin Xian then took a spirit recovery pill and quickly recovered his spiritual energy. In this place, a lack of spiritual energy was a disaster. Let's go. Then, the three of them walked deeper into the forest without hesitation. Jiang Zun, who was chasing Lin Xian and the other two, wanted to ask Zhang Chu about his current situation. Then, he realized that he couldn't contact him. Something happened. But Zhang Chu was a mysterious heaven realm 10-star. How could something happen to him? But, what was wrong with losing contact? Everyone, come to me. Full speed to catch up to Lin Xian and the others. Jiang Zun contacted everyone else and gathered them together. With Jiang Zun leading the way, they could catch up to Lin Xian and the others too quickly. Lin Xian, don't even think about escaping. Jiang Zun's roar came from behind. Lin Xian secretly touched his forehead. Whoosh! Then, Lin Xian released the spatial attribute without hesitation and sent them 1,000 meters away. Then, Lin Xian quickly took out his phone and dialed Linglong Shui. Big sister, when are you coming? I'm looking for you. Linglong Shui said indifferently. I'm going to hang up if you don't come. Boom! Then, Lin Xian's phone exploded. Fortunately, Lin Xian's realm was high, so the explosion didn't cause much damage. In front of them, Jiang Zun's body was burning with flames. That terrifying power was simply terrifying. This was the power of a lightning tribulation realm. Behind them, 7 or 8 people rushed in and instantly surrounded them. Still running. Jiang Zun glared at Lin Xian. This was the culprit who killed his son. Sure enough, like father, like son. Looks like none of them are good people. Lin Xian sneered. You're courting death. After saying that, Jiang Zun was about to attack. Wait. Lin Xian said hurriedly. Oh my god. He could not allow Jiang Zun to make a move. He had to wait for Linglong Shui to arrive. Want to beg for mercy? It was impossible for Jiang Zun to let Lin Xian go. No, I just want to say something to you. What? IF *King F *King B *TCH. Ling Ying, Han Chushue. You're still spitting fragrance at a time like this? After saying that, Lin Xian ate the last spirit recovery pill and brought the two of them back to the space jump. You're courting death. Jiang Zun flew into a rage. As soon as he landed, 2 people came face to face with him. When the two of them saw Lin Xian and the others, they were stunned for a moment. Then, one of them took out a walkie-talkie. Branch leader Jiang, Lin Xian is with us. Just as they finished speaking, the two of them were killed by Ling Ying and Han Chushue. I'm out of ideas. I'm out of spirit energy. Lin Xian took a deep breath and said, I'll hold them back. Ling Ying said, it's useless. You can't hold them back. That Xiao Linglong isn't strong enough. Why isn't she here yet? Lin Xian said bitterly. Boom! A terrifying fireball shot from behind. Ling Ying released his dark attribute and dodged it with the two of them. I don't have much spirit energy left either. The three of them landed in a corner and Ling Ying said helplessly, were they really going to die? Whoosh! Jiang Zun and the others quickly rushed over. With their speed and without any pressure, it was simply too fast. Little Chushue, if we survive, are you willing to have sex with me? Lin Xian looked at Han Chushue. Han Chushue, Ling Ying, wow. At this time, this B *TCH is still like this. Lin Xian, today I'll tear you into pieces. After saying that, Jiang Zun led the others and rushed over. Han Chushue released her terrifying cold energy and the surroundings instantly turned into a world of ice and snow. Crack! Jiang Zun and the others who were about to attack them instantly turned into ice sculptures and fell to the ground. Lin Xian's mouth was wide open. Big sister, your martial skill is so powerful. You should have used it earlier. Lin Xian looked at Han Chushue in confusion. It's not me. Han Chushue was also stunned. It was true that she released a heaven-rank martial skill. It was indeed very powerful and could even freeze Zhong Chu, who was at the mysterious heaven realm. However, it was impossible to freeze Jiang Zun so easily. At this time, two figures walked out from the tunnel behind them. It was Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue. Then Lin Xian understood that this was obviously done by Bing Lingyue. When Han Chushue saw the two girls, she was shocked. The two of them were so beautiful that she felt a sense of inferiority, especially in the face of their noble temperament. She really felt inferior. These were Lin Xian's reinforcements? They were Lin Xian's friends? Wu Wu, Xiao Linglong, little Bing Lingyue, you're finally here. Lin Xian cried and rushed over. Bang! In the next second, Lin Xian flew out. Damn! They're on our side. Lin Xian got up from the ground and patted the dust off his body. Lecher! Linglong Shui gritted her teeth and glared at Lin Xian. Lin Xian, thank you for saving my life. Han Chushue clasped her fists at them, looking like a chivalrous woman. Hey, 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 I'm the one who saved you. Lin Xian said unhappily. Clearly, they were the ones who called for help. Han Chushue didn't say anything. Then, Lin Xian walked towards the frozen Jiang Zun. Bang, bang, bang. Lin Xian stomped his feet on it. F***CK. You want to kill me? Who's going to kill who now? Damn it. So what if I killed your sons? I killed both of your sons. Bah. Everyone. It was obvious that Lin Xian was a little unhappy. Of course, he was unhappy. Damn it, who would be happy to be chased so pathetically? Stop kicking, he's dead. Bing Lingyue said softly. Lin Xian. He froze to death? Lin Xian opened his mouth. He thought that Jiang Zun wasn't dead, just frozen. That was a loss. Damn it. That was the experience of the Thunder Retribution Realm. Damn it. Can't I? Bing Lingyue asked. Yes. Great Elder is awesome. Lin Xian gave Bing Lingyue a thumbs up. Don't forget what you promised me. Linglong Shui walked to Lin Xian's side and said, then walked inside. Hey, what are you doing inside? Lin Xian asked. There's an extremely strong heaven and earth spiritual power here, which means that there must be a very strong heaven and earth spiritual item here. It's just that it's so deep underground, so it's hard to sense from the outside. But we can know when we're here, Linglong Shui said as she looked into the depths. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Yes, with Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue, they could enter the final area without any pressure. Let's go. Then, Lin Xian and the other two followed the two women. Chapter 341. If he followed the two girls, he wouldn't have to worry about anything. There wouldn't be any danger. It's still the most comfortable to follow behind girls. Lin Xian said happily from behind. Iron bastard. Ling Ying muttered. Damn. Without this bastard, we'd be dead. Lin Xian rolled his eyes at Ling Ying. They had already earned a lot today. Han Chushue had reached Mysterious Heaven Realm 1 star, Lin Xian had reached Mysterious Heaven Realm 2 stars, and Ling Ying had also increased by 1 star. They had even killed the hidden enemy. Now, it seemed that Lin Xian didn't have any enemies other than Qin Xiaotian, right? Chu Haohen from the Chu family? Perhaps, with the Zhang family as an example, Lin Xian would definitely be extra careful. Little Chushue, what do you think of my suggestion? Lin Xian moved to Han Chushue's side and said with a smile. This bastard had returned to his unruly self after the crisis was over. No, even if there was a crisis, this bastard was still unruly. What suggestion? Han Chushue glanced at Lin Xian. Her attention was on the two incomparably beautiful and noble girls in front of her. She was really surprised. After all, Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue were really too outstanding and powerful. She felt a little empty. Before, she didn't think that she was that outstanding, but at least she wasn't bad. There weren't many girls who could compare to her. Han Chushue wasn't conceited about this, but she still knew it. She felt that being by Lin Xian's side was not bad, but suddenly, two stunning girls appeared by Lin Xian's side. She felt an inexplicable sense of danger. She might be fine, but Ling Ying was even more helpless. She didn't want to be in too much danger. I'm used to it, phew. I'm used to it. If we survive, I'll take you to have sex. Han Chushue. Ling Ying perked up his ears to eavesdrop on their conversation. When he heard Lin Xian's words, he was furious. Slap your sister. Go rub yourself. Ling Ying pulled Han Chushue over and glared fiercely at Lin Xian. The dark venom spiders that Bing Lingyue and Ling Longxue had encountered earlier were the kind that didn't even need to move. The dark venom spiders died instantly. To Ling Longxue, the gloom spider was something she could kill. This was because this type of demonic beast belonged to a different species. Not only did they kill humans, but they also killed demonic beasts. It was a vicious and disgusting existence. Of course, other demonic beasts would kill other demonic beasts as well. However, the gloom spider was more like a hunter among demonic beasts. Simply put, if Ling Longxue was not strong enough, other demonic beasts would not attack her. However, if she encountered the gloom spider, she would definitely die. That was the situation. Moreover, as a girl, she hated anything disgusting and scary. Ling Longxue was no exception. Then I'll go chat with Xiao Linglong and the others. I'll ignore you guys. Lin Xian said and then chased after the two girls in front of him. The two behind him were his targets. The two in front were also his targets. However, to be able to flirt with his girlfriend like Lin Xian was also very impressive. The main thing was that Lin Xian had a good plan. When it came to flirting with demonic beasts, how do you make your relationship with demonic beasts improve by leaps and bounds? Or rather, when you have not confirmed your relationship, or when you have confirmed your relationship but have not yet reached a certain stage, you need a very important method to make it easier for you to make your move in the future. For example, if you found a girlfriend and were still in the early stages of dating, at most, you would have kissed her. However, before you had sex with her, the guy would definitely want to have sex with her. This required a method. When you were chatting, you would say these words in a joking manner. For example, Lin Xian and Han Chushue had not even started dating yet, but he had already said the words, sex. When they started dating in the future, he would have said it in a joking manner before he had sex with her. In fact, the girl would be prepared for it. Of course, this depended on the person. A sloppy guy like Lin Xian was suitable for this. He had his advantages. Bastard. Seeing Lin Xian approach Bing Lingyue and Ling Longxue and flirt with them, Ling Ying was angry and jealous. Damn it! If he had known earlier, he would have rather been flirted with by Lin Xian than let him flirt with other girls. How despicable! However, with the nobility of those two girls, Lin Xian shouldn't be able to get anything out of them, right? Ling Ying, do you know them? Han Chushue asked. Kind of. I've seen them before, but not friends. They and Lin Xian. Han Chushue didn't know why she cared so much. Did she really like him? Because she cared, she paid attention. If she didn't care, she wouldn't have cared who was next to him or what he was doing. They are friends. I don't know how they met Lin Xian. He had promised Lin Xian not to tell anyone about Bing Lingyue. Even if Ling Ying knew, he wouldn't tell Han Chushue. It wasn't that he didn't trust Han Chushue, but that she had promised. However, Ling Ying really didn't know how Lin Xian and Ling Longxue knew each other. Logically speaking, Lin Xian shouldn't know someone of this level, be friends with him, and even come to save him. Ling Ying was obviously talking about Ling Longxue. Han Chushue was also very confused. Would a virtual realm cultivator really be friends with a mysterious heaven realm cultivator, or even Lin Xian, who was only a mysterious body realm cultivator before. Wasn't this too much of a fantasy? Xiao Linglong, do you have any more Heaven's Wrath needles? Give me another one to save my life. No. Linglong Shui said indifferently as she walked forward. She had too much resentment towards Lin Xian. He promised to take them to the movies, and then he brought two beautiful girls out with him. He even needed her to save them when they were in danger. Who would be happy? Lin Xian naturally knew that Linglong Shui was unhappy. Even if she was still cold to him previously, it shouldn't be to this extent. However, it wasn't a big problem because her favorability towards him didn't decrease. Sigh, if I accidentally die, the things I promised you will also be gone. Lin Xian sighed and said, Linglong Shui, he couldn't be threatening me, right? Then give it to this sovereign right now. Linglong Shui turned her head and looked at Lin Xian. No, I have to go and make it. It will take a few days. Who knows what dangers I might encounter during these few days. If I die, won't you lose it? You're lying. Linglong Shui's delicate body emitted a cold aura. The two girls behind her were stunned. You said they are friends? Han Chushue asked in surprise. Ling Ying coughed dryly. Of course, they are here to watch Lin Xian and my performance. Han Chushue couldn't understand. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose and said, Why would I lie to you? Isn't that courting death? Also, it's not like you don't know how strong the things I give you are. Chapter 342. At first, Linglong Shui didn't really believe Lin Xian's words. Could he really help her achieve mastery in her space attribute? That was impossible. But she still chose to believe him. Especially after what Lin Xian said just now, she didn't believe him. But thinking about it, the things that Lin Xian showed her were things that she had never seen before. She had never even heard of them before. Maybe he really could take them out? Then Lin Xian said, I didn't promise you that I could give it to you now. I can give it to you in at most 5 days. I promise you that. Even if you want me to take it out now, I can't. Ding. Deceiving a naive big sister is considered a scumbag. Scumbag value plus 100,000. Alright. Linglong Shui was indeed noble and powerful, but she was also a little naive. She was too easily deceived by Lin Xian. I'll believe you for now. So, you have to ensure my safety in these 5 days. You didn't know that if I didn't pinch that needle, I would have been killed by that mysterious heaven realm 10 stars. Lin Xian said helplessly. What? Linglong Shui frowned and looked at Lin Xian. Alu? Lin Xian was stunned. Did I say something wrong? Wait a minute. F*CK. Lin Xian suddenly realized something. When he told Linglong Shui that of the 3 needles, one was shown to the Bounty Hunter Guild's higher-ups, one was used on the spot, and Linglong Shui saw it. The last one was auctioned, and Lin Xian said that he used the needle to save his life. Oh my. Self-destruct. Cough cough, I said something wrong. I just blurted it out. How many times have you lied to me? Linglong Shui coldly glanced at Lin Xian. No, cough cough. Lin Xian coughed dryly to hide his awkwardness. F*CK. Was he a pig? Fortunately, her favorability towards him didn't drop. The reason why her favorability towards him didn't drop was because in Linglong Shui's heart, Lin Xian was a bad guy, so she was mentally prepared for this. Ling Ying quickly put away the lollipop that he was about to unwrap. In Linglong Shui's eyes, the lollipop was still very valuable. Then tell me, what did you mean by what you said just now? Didn't you say that there was only one Heaven's Wrath needle left in the auction? Linglong Shui looked at Lin Xian and asked. A slip of the tongue, it's really a slip of the tongue. Lin Xian said. Linglong Shui did not believe it. If you don't believe me, you can ask them. I didn't use the Heaven's Wrath needle. I only said that I used the Heaven's Wrath needle to trick that person because that person was also at the auction. He knew how scary the Heaven's Wrath needle was, so he didn't dare to go up. Lin Xian was back to his best trick of deceiving young ladies. Yes, yes. Ling Ying nodded. Han Chushue also nodded her head in a daze. Ling Longshui was still skeptical. Then, she sighed in her heart. Why was she asking Lin Xian about this? Then, does the thing that can increase my elemental power really exist? Of course it does. Ling Ying stood up and said, it really does exist. At Yi's birthday party, Lin Xian helped Yi increase her elemental power by 20% in front of everyone. Ling Longshui did not say anything. He, do you believe me now? Lin Xian laughed, but in his heart, he was panicking. Believe? Of course not. They were the same kind of people. Even if Ling Ying testified for Lin Xian, she would not believe him completely. Then 5 days it is. Ling Longshui said. Then, you have to give me the Heaven's Wrath Needle to save my life. Lin Xian said. Then, Ling Longshui threw a Heaven's Wrath Needle in a container to Lin Xian. This is the last one. Lin Xian took the Heaven's Wrath Needle and said, Hey, you just said that you don't have it. Now you have it. Did you lie to me too? You're still talking about me? Ling Longshui. Why do you care? Lin Xian. Luckily, it was a close call. But if you can't give me what you promised in 5 days, then don't blame me for being rude. After Ling Longshui finished speaking, she walked straight ahead. Bing Lingyue gave Lin Xian a helpless look, then followed Ling Longshui. Phew! Lin Xian sighed. Hey, are you lying to me all the time? Ling Ying came over and asked. Lin Xian. Big sister, you know that I'm trying to cheat her of the treasure. Why would I lie to you? What treasure do you have that is worth it? Ling Ying was stunned for a moment before her face turned red. That seemed to be the case. She knew that Lin Xian was trying to cheat Ling Longshui of the treasure. Luckily, she did not expose herself. Otherwise, how could she lie to him in the future? Are you friends? Han Chushue sniffed the question again. Ling Ying said that they were friends, but they did not look like friends. Lin Xian said, you can say that. If we are to be honest, she and I are mutually beneficial. She benefits me, and I benefit her too. Of course, Lin Xian was just saying that. In fact, he wanted to sleep with this girl. Sigh, it was so hard to be a man. Lin Xian sighed in his heart. It was not hard, but it was hard to be in the middle of so many girls. He had to sleep with all of them. That was the hard part. In front of them, Lin Xian could feel the strong spiritual power of heaven and earth. Of course, there was also the power of poison. Xiao Linglong, we can't handle this poison. Please protect us. Lin Xian shouted from behind. Ling Longshui did not slow down at all. However, a milky white light surrounded the three of them. This light helped them block off the poison that was rushing towards them. Don't be fooled by her cold appearance. Actually, she is cold on the outside but warm on the inside, just like you. Lin Xian said to them with a smile. Han Chushue wanted to refute, but she did not say anything. She was cold on the outside but warm on the inside? Was that so? It seemed so. She was not sure. But today, she was able to meet Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue. It was a good thing for Ling Longshui. Previously, she had lost her motivation. Now, Lin Xian and Ling Ying brought her out to find motivation. She had also successfully advanced to the mysterious heaven realm. When she saw such outstanding girls, Han Chushue was a proud person. When she saw someone so powerful, she thought, why can't I do the same? Therefore, their actions together with Lin Xian and Ling Ying reignited Han Chushue's fighting spirit. However, what surprised Lin Xian and the others was that the poison was terrifying. They really could not take it. Fortunately, Ling Longshui was here. If she did not come, they would not have been able to come here. They would not have been able to enter. They did not have the strength to do so. Moreover, this poison did not come from the dark venom spider. It came from another poison. Lin Xian had felt the deep nether Yama spirit before, so he knew that this poison power belonged to the deep nether Yama spirit. If it was so strong, then the dark spirit must be extremely terrifying. In front of them, Thunder Tribulation Realm dark venom spiders appeared one after another. Of course, they were easily dealt with by Bing Lingyue and Linglong. Chapter 343. The two girls were too lazy to make a move and released their auras. Once they released their auras, the dark venom spiders would not dare to provoke them. Sure enough, no matter what race it was, strength was everything. What shocked everyone was that there was actually a patch of green in front of them. It was very dark here, but with a wave of Bing Lingyue's hand, the surroundings were illuminated. Bing Lingyue was not only an ice elemental, but also a light elemental. The end was in front of them. Lin Xian's eye of cave spirit could not see any secret doors, but the density of heaven and earth spiritual energy here was terrifying. It was a density that Lin Xian had never felt before, but this heaven and earth spiritual energy actually contained poison. Lin Xian believed that if it were not for Linglong Shue's power, the three of them would have been turned into a pool of blood by this poison in a dozen seconds. Lin Xian and the others walked over. This place might not have been man-made or created by the dark venom spiders. It might have existed from the beginning, or it might have been the Spider Emperor's doing. However, with this kind of poison, no one below the law realm would be able to walk through safely. Therefore, the dark venom spiders could not cross. After all, this was not the poison in their bodies. There were many types of poison. It did not mean that you were not afraid of poison just because you used poison. The light illuminated the place. It was actually a space so big that they could not see the end. Who would have thought that the end of the 10,000 spider cave would be such a scene? There were some spider webs around. This should be the place where the Spider Emperor once stayed. For the Spider Emperor, this was definitely the best place to cultivate. It might not be long before the Spider Emperor became an extremely powerful existence in the demon realm. Unfortunately, it was not fated to die outside. Who allowed it to go out for a walk? And all the green here were dark netherworld Yama spirits. This was very terrifying. On an ordinary continent, it was difficult to see a dark netherworld Yama spirit. It could only be chanced upon and not sought. Who would have thought that there would be so many dark netherworld Yama spirits here? There were probably hundreds of them. No wonder the poison here was so terrifying. The deep Yama spirit was considered a relatively mild poisonous grass because under normal circumstances, you could approach it. Only when you touched it would it absorb the lingering poison into its body. At that time, it would be more terrifying. However, when so many abyss Yama spirits gathered together, even if they were not touched, the poisonous power of these poisonous grasses would form such a situation. How terrifying was this poison? Lin Xian felt that the ground he was walking on was already soft. It was completely corroded by the poison in the air. What shocked him the most was that in the center of these deep Yama spirits, there was a very large deep Yama spirit. It was probably no less than 2 meters, and the poison field around this deep Yama spirit could be seen with the naked eye. Except for Lin Xian, everyone must have noticed the largest abyssal Yama spirit. There are so many abyss Yama spirits. When Linglong Shui saw this scene, she too revealed a surprised expression. She had seen deep Yama spirits before, but she had never seen such a scene. The largest deep Yama spirit should be able to give the poison attribute, right? Lin Xian asked Ling Ying next to him. Yes. Ling Ying nodded. How should she put it? To Linglong Shui, the deep ghastly Yama spirit had disappointed her. Obtaining the poison attribute and obtaining the innate attribute were two different concepts. She could also obtain the poison attribute, but to her who was in the absolute void realm, it was nothing. She only needed to concentrate on cultivating the space attribute. Even if she obtained the poison attribute now, no matter how much she cultivated, the combat power she obtained would not be able to help her cause any harm to the masters of the same realm in the Battle of the Great Void stage. It was too late. Maybe she could use 100 years to cultivate, but it might make her less proficient in controlling the space attribute. The disadvantages outweighed the advantages. It was the same for Bing Lingyue. If their realm was very low, they would definitely choose to absorb the poison of the deep Yama spirit. Lin Xian leaned over. Do you want it? Ling Long Shui glanced at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian, of course, knew what Ling Long Shui meant. She was asking him if he wanted the poison attribute. It was useless to her, but it was very useful to Lin Xian and the others. Forget it, I don't want to die. Lin Xian shook his head. For now, there was no need to risk his life to obtain the poison attribute, because he did not lack the attribute. But if it was a desperate situation, he would choose. I can guarantee that you will not die and obtain the poison attribute. Ling Long Shui said. Obviously, she knew how strong the poison was. There is no risk of dying? No. After all, she was in the Great Void stage. If she could not even protect Lin Xian, then she was not qualified to be in the Great Void stage. Lin Xian turned his head to look at Ling Ying and Han Chushue behind him and asked, Do you want it? In fact, it did not matter if Lin Xian wanted it or not, because he was destined to have all the attributes, but he did not lack the poison attribute. But Han Chushue and Han Chushue lacked it, and it could greatly increase their strength in the future. Han Chushue shook her head. She actually wanted it, but she remembered the strange feeling Lin Xian said before, which meant that the poison she released was particularly strange, so she gave up. If it was normal, she would not give it up for strength, but now, because there was someone she cared about, she chose to give it up. Moreover, unless she had to have it, she would not want it. Lin Xian was still here, so of course he would want it. Seeing Lin Xian look over, Ling Ying quickly shook his head and said, I don't want it either. I can't use both of my attributes, so I can't play with another one. In fact, Ling Ying also remembered Lin Xian's words. Han Chushue's poison attribute was incompatible, but she was also a peerless beauty, so she would definitely be incompatible. Yes, that was it. Then, Lin Xian looked at Ling Long Shui and asked, Is there anything bad about obtaining the poison attribute? Ling Long Shui shook her head and said, No, it's just that when you obtain it, it will be like an attribute that you were born with, and it will exist in your dantian. You will be able to use spiritual power, and when you activate the poison, it will be released. As for how to release it, to what extent, and to what effect it will achieve, it will depend on how you cultivate the poison. And, Ling Long Shui thought for a while and said, After you obtain the poison, you will not be immune to all poisons, but you will be immune to many poisons that are similar in toxicity to the Abyss Yama spirit. You will even have a relative resistance to some other poisons. For you, if you are often outside, encountering some poisons is very normal. It is something worth having. Lin Xian was very touched. He did not expect Ling Long Shui to be so considerate of him. She seemed to be gently patting him on the bed. Chapter 344. Before coming here, Lin Xian had indeed fantasized that he might be able to obtain the poison attribute. But in fact, he didn't have much hope. But now, the poison attribute was within his reach. What should I do? Lin Xian looked at Ling Long Shui and asked. Kneel down. Lin Xian. Don't be naughty. Ling Long Shui was indeed naughty. She was just a little unhappy with Lin Xian. Go and hold that abyssal Yama spirit first. Ling Long Shui said. Can I? Lin Xian was trembling with fear. If he were to hold on to this poison, it would instantly melt him. This sovereign tells you to hold it, so hold it. Lin Xian hoped that one day, he would say this to Ling Long Shui. Kneel down and hold it. Wow. How cool would that be? Okay. Since Ling Long Shui had said so, there was no need for Lin Xian to be a little timid. Then, he walked over. Ling Long Shui waved her sleeve slightly, and the power around Lin Xian's body became stronger. Then, he walked into the poison field of the abyssal Yama spirit with ease. His scalp tingled. Then, Lin Xian reached out and held the root of the abyssal Yama spirit. In that instant, the entire abyssal Yama spirit changed drastically. The originally harmless green color instantly turned into a dark purple color. The blood-red veins were even more conspicuous. The most terrifying thing was the poison. Fortunately, this poison was resisted by Ling Long Shui's power. Otherwise, Lin Xian felt that his arm would have melted into a pool of blood in an instant. It was really that exaggerated. The most exaggerated thing was that the poison of this abyssal Yama spirit caused the small abyssal Yama spirits around it to wither, decay, and then die. This is the abyssal Yama spirit. It doesn't look like much when it's not touched, but once it's touched, the poison will rush into the roots and quickly spread, and it's very strong. I'm afraid that this large abyssal Yama spirit can poison a lower realm cultivator to death in a short period of time. If a domain realm cultivator isn't detoxified, they'll probably die as well. Seeing this scene, Ling Ying exclaimed. What happens next? Next. The corners of Ling Long Shue's mouth curled up slightly. This smile was simply devastatingly beautiful. Lin Xian had never seen her smile before. It was noble, beautiful, and had a trace of craftiness. Unfortunately, he didn't get to see it this time. Then, Ling Long Shui walked to Lin Xian's side and placed her white hand on Lin Xian's back. Then, Lin Xian felt the power in his body being controlled by Ling Long Shui. His spiritual power was pouring into his arm that was holding the Abyss Yama spirit. Ling Long Shui then revealed a shocked expression. That's right, she was shocked. There weren't many things that could shock her, but this was the first time. He actually has lightning, space, ice, and water attributes. Wait. Ling Long Shui felt it slightly, and something that surprised her happened again. With Lin Xian's current strength, his attribute power was naturally not strong. After all, his realm was low, but she could sense the purity of Lin Xian's attribute. What surprised her was that Lin Xian's spatial attribute purity was actually higher than hers. Her spatial attribute purity was close to the limit, but Lin Xian's was higher than hers. In other words, Lin Xian might really have the maximum purity. She could sense that the lightning attribute was also very high, but she didn't know if it was full because she didn't have the lightning attribute, so she couldn't compare it. However, she could compare the spatial attribute with her. Why was he so heaven-defying? Or was he relying on the thing that he said he was going to give him? It should be, and that was also true. Lin Xian didn't know why either. He guessed that it was because of the rainbow sacred scales. Anyway, the attribute purity that he had unlocked was maxed out. It was just that his proficiency and control were very low. For example, he had only mastered 11% of the spatial attribute. Purity meant how strong the power of your attribute could be. For example, a thunder attribute with 10% purity could shatter a 1-meter-long rock. With the same amount of power, but with 100% purity, you could shatter a rock several times larger. Wood attribute healing: the higher the wood attribute's purity, the better the healing effect. As for proficiency, it also had a lot to do with the effect, but it was more about the extent to which it could be done. Space and time: these two attributes were very special. Even if your spatial attribute's purity was full, if you couldn't master it, then it was useless. Lin Xian was in such a situation now. Lin Xian was the first person Ling Long Shui saw with 4 attributes. Previously, she only knew of 3 attributes. But on second thought, she did seem to have seen Lin Xian release multiple attributes, but she thought there were only 3. There was actually a water attribute. She couldn't understand how it could be so heaven-defying. Hey, Xiao Linglong, don't touch me from behind. Move. Lin Xian just felt the 4 attributes in his body being drawn by Ling Long Shui, which meant that she knew his attributes. Luckily, she couldn't sense the other attributes, but Lin Xian didn't have any either. It hadn't awakened yet. Lin Xian's voice came, then Ling Long Shui came back to her senses, and then power surged into Lin Xian's body. Let me remind you, you have 4 attributes now, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Multitasking is already a big taboo in cultivation. Now that you're multitasking, cultivating 4 attributes at the same time will cause you to not be able to cultivate any of them to the mastery level. Including the poison attribute, that's 5 attributes. Do you still want them? Ling Long Shui reminded him. Lin Xian obviously understood what she meant. Having more attributes was a good thing, but it wasn't necessarily a good thing. If you only had the spatial attribute, then you would only use it to release it. Over time, you would naturally become proficient. But if you had 4 attributes and cultivated all 4, There would indeed be situations where you couldn't cultivate any of them to the mastery level. But Lin Xian didn't have to worry about this problem, because the attributes were given by the system. As long as he completed the mission, the system would directly raise the proficiency of Lin Xian's attributes to the mastery level. This was a bug in Lin Xian, and no one knew about it. So he didn't have to worry about this, he just needed to complete the mission. It's okay, I know what I'm doing. Good. Linglong Shui nodded slightly, and Lin Xian felt his spiritual power surge out. No, to be precise, it was as if he had become a magnet. The poison in the abyssal Yama spirit that he was holding turned into iron. The poison was sucked out, and then flowed through the skin of Lin Xian's arm into Lin Xian's hand. Whoosh, Linglong Shui's hand flashed coldly, and then Lin Xian's hand began to bleed. Hey, what are you doing? Without a wound, it's difficult for the poison to enter the body, Linglong Shui explained. Lin Xian. Why didn't he believe it? He had clearly felt the poison flowing into his body through his arm, hadn't he? Linglong Shui revealed a sly smile behind Lin Xian's back. That's right, she did it on purpose. Of course, she didn't need to make a wound, but who told him to make her so unhappy? She was bullying him because he didn't understand. Chapter 345. The Heavenly Tao Reincarnated. Who would the heavens spare? Thinking back to the past, Lin Xian also bullied Linglong Shui for her ignorance and cheated her of her treasures. At this moment, the poison flowed into Lin Xian's body through his arm. They could see that Lin Xian's arm had turned purplish-black, which was especially terrifying. If not for Linglong Shui's power helping him, this arm would be gone. He felt numb, as if he had been injected with anesthetics, but it didn't hurt. Soon, Lin Xian's entire body had turned purplish-black. This scene was really frightening. If not for the fact that Linglong Shui was a virtuous realm expert, they would have asked her to stop. However, since they knew, Lin Xian was definitely fine. Gotcha. A flash of light came. Han Chuxue glanced at Ling Ying's phone. To commemorate, it's too ugly. Ling Ying held back his laughter as he looked at the picture of the purplish-black Lin Xian. It's a little ugly, Han Chuxue said quietly. Does it hurt? Linglong Shui asked Lin Xian from behind at this moment. It doesn't hurt, I just feel weak all over. Meditate. Then, Lin Xian sat down cross-legged. After a while, Lin Xian felt pain all over his body. This pain gradually deepened until his entire body, including his little brother, was hurting. It's starting to hurt, Lin Xian said with his eyes closed. It's normal. Your body needs to adapt to this poison. Your blood, skin, internal organs, and even your bone marrow will slowly be infiltrated by the poison. Hearing Linglong Shui's words was a little scary. If not for Linglong Shui's powerful protection, Lin Xian would have died long ago. However, with Linglong Shui's power protecting Lin Xian's internal organs and body, he wouldn't be corroded by the poison. Then doesn't that mean I've become a poison man? Thinking of his blood and internal organs being infiltrated by the poison, Lin Xian panicked. Don't panic. After about a minute, Lin Xian clenched his teeth tightly as sweat poured down his body like rain. The fringe in front of his forehead was already soaked in sweat and formed streaks. It hurts. Lin Xian couldn't help but roar. Hearing this, Ling Ying and Han Chuxue were shocked. It would be strange if his entire body didn't hurt. Xiao Linglong, can you make it less painful? Lin Xian opened his eyes and looked at Linglong Shui. Yes. Lin Xian, then come quickly. But I don't. I'll trick you, monkey. What do you mean? Exquisite Shui frowned. I'm F*****************. Lin Xian gritted his teeth and endured the pain. This girl did it on purpose. She wanted to take revenge on him. Ah! Lin Xian felt like he was going to be crippled. The deep abyss devil behind him had already withered because the poison was all in Lin Xian's body. If this poison spread out, it could kill everyone within a radius of dozens of miles. What did it mean to have a radius of dozens of miles? A big county. It was hard to imagine that such poison was in Lin Xian's small body. She really couldn't understand how the honorable poison master was able to survive such a terrifying poison. After a few more minutes, Lin Xian was drenched. He had never thought that there would be a day when his sweat would soak through both his inner and outer clothes. The kind that could be wrung out of water. Why don't we help him? Seeing Lin Xian's unbearable expression, Bing Lingyue said softly. Linglong Shui shook her head. There are benefits. Okay. Although it was painful, there were indeed benefits. After another 5 minutes, Lin Xian felt like he was going to faint. But at this time, a crisp system notification in his mind woke him up. Ding! Your physique plus 30. Physique could be thought of as a defense. When the body's tolerance for pain reached a critical point, it would be easier to withstand it again in the future. At this time, Lin Xian began to feel that the poison in his body was gathering at one point. This point was his energy center. His energy center stored Lin Xian's lightning, space, water, and ice attributes. It was like the 4 planets in the universe. When Lin Xian needed this power, the planets would release the corresponding power along with the spiritual power. At this time, all the poison in his body had gathered and formed the 5th planet. The process wasn't fast, but it was very comfortable. That was because the pain was gradually weakening. Phew! Lin Xian took a deep breath. From the pain to despair, it slowly became comfortable. This process was even better than King 10 girls. Gradually, the poison in his body really gathered together and condensed into a planet. Lin Xian suddenly opened his eyes and a bright light burst out. Shua! A burst of power erupted from Lin Xian's body. The dust on the ground suddenly rose and the surrounding dark energy from the deep hell Yama quickly entered his roots. Awesome! Lin Xian exclaimed. This poison was very strong. But how to say it, after it merged with Lin Xian, the strength of the poison was related to Lin Xian's spiritual power. Under normal circumstances, when Lin Xian was at Mysterious Heaven 2-star, he should be able to poison people of the same realm and make them lose their ability to fight. If they weren't treated, they would die. Those higher than Lin Xian's realm would also be affected, but it wouldn't work if it was too high. It also needed Lin Xian to cultivate. However, this might become Lin Xian's killing weapon. Then, Lin Xian stretched out his hand and lightning condensed. Xiao Linglong, take this. After that, Lin Xian's lightning struck Linglong Shui. Linglong Shui didn't even move and the lightning was annihilated in front of her. Then, her beautiful eyes lit up. Because the poison was hidden in the lightning just now. In other words, Lin Xian directly condensed the 2 powers and released them together. This was the benefit of having multiple attributes. But she couldn't do it in her lifetime. But it didn't matter. This was enough. That's right, Lin Xian hid the poison attribute in the lightning. In other words, Lin Xian's lightning not only had explosive damage, but also a strong poison. It would be fine if they didn't get hit. But once they got hit, even if the opponent blocked it, the poison would definitely hit them. Once it hit, they would be poisoned. This was a dual power. It was similar to how space and lightning work together to create an unexpected effect. However, the difficulty of this was too great. When Lin Xian reached the large success stage of space, he would be able to do it easily. But comparatively speaking, the combination of lightning and poison was too simple. Lin Xian only needed to release these 2 powers at the same time and combine them to unleash the attack. However, what other tricks Lin Xian could play with his poison attribute would depend on how well he could control it. He didn't have any martial arts techniques, but it was probably because this wasn't his own attribute power. The poison attribute consumed a lot of spiritual power. Ling Ying had a headache. There was an inexplicable shadow. This Lin Xian had a strong poison in his body. When the time came, she wouldn't be poisoned, right? Probably not. Chapter 346. Lin Xian felt great. With the addition of the poison attribute, although he wasn't very familiar with it, he could at least release it in the simplest way. He could even release it together with lightning. As for what level he could reach in the future, It would depend on how he cultivated and how good his comprehension was. Ling Long Shui raised her slender arm slightly, and the poison of the hundreds of deep abyss Yama spirits rose into the air at a speed visible to the naked eye. Then, Ling Long Shui gathered them together. Then, Lin Xian slowly pushed the poison of the hundreds of small deep abyss Yama spirits in front of Lin Xian. The black mist entered Lin Xian's body from his lower abdomen. This small black mist was a combination of the poison of hundreds of deep abyss Yama spirits. If it exploded, one could imagine what terrible things would happen. However, it entered Lin Xian's body just like that. Following that, Lin Xian felt the poison seep into the planet that represented the poison attribute, and the planet grew stronger. The poison increased. Phew! Lin Xian exhaled a mouthful of turbid air, then looked at Ling Long Shui. He stretched out his hand, and a dark green mist condensed from the poison gathered in his palm. What realm can this poison harm? Lin Xian asked Ling Long Shui. If you release it at full strength, even a profound heaven realm 5-star will be instantly weakened once poisoned. If they don't detoxify, they will die within a day. If they are in the same realm, once poisoned, they will instantly lose their ability to fight and die within an hour. As for increasing the poison's power, there are many ways. The most direct way is to refine or devour the poison of the same kind. It can only be deep abyss Yama spirits? This sovereign told you that there are many poisons. Although they come from different units, some of them are similar in toxicity. You just need to find the ones with similar toxicity. However, it's not that easy to find a spirit item that can increase the poison's power. Your current situation is enough for now. Ling Long Shui said faintly. Thank you. Just remember what you promised this sovereign. Of course, don't forget about the medicinal pills. Ling Long Shui nodded slightly and said, Go back. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and Han Chushue. The two girls nodded, and then Lin Xian said, Okay, get in the car? Han Chushue quietly said from behind, There aren't enough seats. No need. Too slow. Then, Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue disappeared. Lin Xian. Yes, it's too slow. Other people can travel 200 kilometers in 10 seconds. What about us? Lin Xian muttered to himself helplessly. Then, Lin Xian reacted. Damn, you can't even send us to the entrance of the 10,000 spider cave. Let's go. Then, the three of them embarked on their journey back. When they arrived at the entrance of the cave, there were still many people rushing inside. Little did they know that there was nothing left inside, only some demonic beasts. The most precious thing was with Lin Xian. Han Chushue drove the car, Ling Ying sat in the passenger seat, and Lin Xian lay in the back, playing with the poisonous gas in his hand. That's strange. The poison master's poisonous gas can't be seen, right? Lin Xian asked. Yes, it can't be seen at all. But your poisonous gas seems to be visible. Ling Ying replied. Lin Xian nodded, That's right. Even though it's very faint, that black fog is poison. Naturally, many people will pay attention to it when they see it. If they can hide the poison completely like the Honorable Poison Master, then it will be even more effective. But if you release the poisonous gas and your lightning at the same time, no one will notice the purple and faint black. It is indeed an excellent combination. She was also very envious of Lin Xian, but her wind and dark elemental attributes were already enough for her. There was indeed no need for her to cultivate the poison attribute. She was really afraid that Lin Xian would accidentally poison himself to death when he was refining other poisons. Lin Xian nodded and said, I don't know if my pee is poisonous. Ling Ying. Can't you just die? Ling Ying helplessly cursed. She inexplicably thought that the thing Lin Xian made her eat, would it be poisonous? Thinking about it, her little face turned red. Pay. Ling Ying, Ling Ying, you used to be such a pure girl. Why are you thinking about this kind of thing now? Dirty. Pay. Ding. Felt Ling Ying's shyness. Scumbag value plus 20,000. Lin Xian was dumbfounded. What was this girl thinking about? Why was she being shy? Of course it wouldn't be poisonous. This kind of poison was like lightning, space, and other attributes. It would only be activated when you deliberately used your spiritual power. What time is it? Lin Xian looked at his phone. It was only 12 o'clock in the morning. It wouldn't even be 2 o'clock when he returned to Tianhua City. As the saying goes, when the moon is dark and the wind is high, beauties will flip the sky. It was such a good time, and there were 2 beauties in the car. If he didn't do something, how could he be worthy of being outside in the middle of the night, worthy of being a handsome guy, worthy of his surging power? Why are you asking about the time? Are there any other activities? Ling Ying sensitively asked. It was already so late. This guy couldn't have returned to Tianhua City to do something bad, right? No, he couldn't let him run away. No, I just don't know where to sleep tonight. Lin Xian sighed and said, Can't you go home? Han Chuxue asked curiously. I didn't bring my keys. Ling Ying, you didn't bring your stinky keys. She saw Lin Xian with her own eyes. Even if he didn't bring his keys, she still had them. This guy had bad intentions. Then don't you also have the space attribute to go home? Lin Xian, wow. Why did he have to have this damn space attribute? F***ck. How could he make this up so that he wouldn't go home? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian. Make it up, keep making it up. I'll just watch you quietly. Heh, men, you're a big braised pig trotter. This little fairy isn't home tonight. I never dare to sleep in a place where there's no one around. Why? Han Chuxue really believed Lin Xian's nonsense. It was mainly because she didn't know Lin Xian well. If it was someone who knew Lin Xian, such as Ling Ying, she wouldn't believe it even if she died. A man's mouth was a liar. Sigh. Lin Xian sighed and said, I had a trauma when I was young. As for what happened, I won't tell you. Since then, I can't turn off the lights when I sleep. Luckily, my sister is at home. Knowing that there's someone at home, I feel more at ease. Han Chuxue nodded seriously. That's true. Some things when you're young can leave an indelible trauma for life. Ling Ying was stunned. Oh my God. Han Chuxue really believed it? She wasn't so stupid before. Also, turn on your sister's lights? When did you turn on the lights? Wow. It was fine if this guy was making things up, but he could still make things up in front of her without blushing. He was an expert. Chapter 347. Lin Xian then sighed and said, I forgot to bring my ID. I'm afraid that I'll lose it during the battle. It's so troublesome to get a new ID. I can't even stay in a hotel. Besides, I never stay in that kind of place because I'm the only one sleeping there. Ling Ying secretly rubbed his forehead. He really knew how to make things up. He didn't know how many of these tricks he had made up to fool him. There must be. Ling Ying believed him, but even if there was, what could he do? She had already been taken down by Lin Xian. She could only blame herself for being young and ignorant. She couldn't stand a man's flowery words. If she was given another chance, she definitely wouldn't be tricked by Lin Xian. So what if she was taken? If you dare to come near me again, I'll beat you to death with a hammer. Then, what are you going to do? Tonight. Han Chuxue really believed Lin Xian's words. The key was that Lin Xian's performance was too vivid. Most importantly, she didn't know Lin Xian well enough. How about, I sleep at your place tonight? Lin Xian suddenly said. Ah. Han Chuxue's pretty face turned slightly red. Ling Ying. F***ck. She knew it. She guessed that Lin Xian was going to say this. Let's not talk about whether anything would happen if Lin Xian went to Han Chuxue's place. As long as he went there, it was enough. Even if nothing happened, it would be too easy to go to Han Chuxue's place to sleep after the first time. This way, if it happened more often, it would be easier to do things that weren't suitable for children. This was a deliberate plan. Don't ask how Ling Ying knew Lin Xian's thoughts. Because she took the bait step by step. It was really scary. This kind of thing only happened once and countless times. She finally realized. Your villa is so big. There must be a lot of rooms. Just find me a room. If there's someone at home, I'll be able to sleep peacefully. Lin Xian said matter-of-factly. Ling Ying secretly gritted her teeth. Damn bastard. Do you want to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, sneak into Han Chushue's room, and then use the excuse that you're not familiar with someone else's house and walked into the wrong room? Then maybe something will happen? Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. F***ck. Lin Xian's body shook. His intricate plan had been seen through by Ling Ying? What the hell? Did she understand him so well now? That's right, Lin Xian really wanted to use this method to sneak into Han Chushue's room. Even if nothing happened, there would already be some ambiguity between them, which would help in the future. Of course, Lin Xian didn't have the confidence to sneak into Han Chushue's room tonight and win her heart. It was almost impossible, even if she had feelings for him. But as long as he sneaked in, there would definitely be some ambiguity between them. That was something he didn't need to think about. Moreover, Lin Xian felt that he had done a good job in controlling his relationship with girls. For example, if Lin Xian felt that he could sneak into a girl's room, it wouldn't lower her favorability rating. Instead, it would increase the level of ambiguity. If he could hold hands with a girl or kiss her, it would lower her favorability rating. Lin Xian felt that he was quite accomplished in this aspect. Although they had only known each other for a short time, Lin Xian felt that it was enough because they had a high starting point. Another example was Xiao Runing. Lin Xian felt that he could hold her hand, or even pinch her butt. Of course, it had to be done in a shameless manner, and it couldn't be done too many times. Another example was Miao Xiaomiao. Lin Xian felt that he was at the level where he could sneak into her room. Of course, if it was Ling Long Shui, Lin Xian would probably be sent flying if he held her hand. Although her favorability was more than 20, that was her character setting. Han Chushue was stunned when she heard Ling Ying's words. It can't be. So wretched? How could that be? You think too much of me. Lin Xian smiled bitterly, then secretly glared at Ling Ying. How dare you disturb me when I'm flirting with girls? Ling Ying didn't back down at all and glared back at Lin Xian. Can't I disturb you when you're flirting with girls? Is it reasonable for you to flirt with other girls in front of your real girlfriend? Then, Lin Xian was terrified. He had a better grasp of Ling Ying's inner thoughts. She definitely didn't want Lin Xian to flirt with other girls, but she couldn't control him. That was why Lin Xian dared to flirt with girls in front of her. Mainly, Lin Xian also knew Ling Ying's inner thoughts. Otherwise, which man would dare to do that? Lin Xian was probably the only one who could openly flirt with a girl in front of his official girlfriend. Moreover, it was a very safe thing to do. Ling Ying knew that Lin Xian was spouting nonsense, so of course, she knew what Lin Xian was trying to do. Humph. She snorted and didn't continue to stop Lin Xian. After all, she had already prepared for something that might happen between Lin Xian and Han Chushue. As for the future, if Lin Xian really got together with Han Chushue, Ling Ying didn't know what her relationship with Lin Xian and Han Chushue would be like. She could only take it one step at a time. Although she had wronged herself, she had helped her best friend. Quit. Ling Ying didn't think she would. Because she couldn't bear to do it now. Lin Xian breathed a sigh of relief. It's over. His original plan for tonight was exposed by Ling Ying, so he couldn't use it. But he had to stay at Han Chushue's house tonight. Even if nothing happened, he still had to. For him to flirt with girls, there were only advantages and no disadvantages. What was the highest level of a scumbag? That was flirting with girls in front of your girlfriend. At most, your girlfriend would complain to you, but she wouldn't break up with you. That was the highest level. When it came to this level, it would be Lin Xian's passionate mission. 2 at once. To be able to make 2 good girls agree to this, that was really invincible. What kind of ability did he need to be able to do this? That's fine. Ling Ying, you can stay at my place tonight. Han Chushue said to Ling Ying. Of course, Ling Ying had to stay. Although she couldn't stop Lin Xian from flirting with Han Chushue, she didn't want Lin Xian to flirt with her so easily. She wasn't happy. Without her, Ling Ying felt that with Lin Xian's flirting skills, Han Chushue might be defeated under his evil claws tonight. Don't look at how cold Han Chushue was and how people didn't dare to approach her. Ling Ying knew that she didn't have any experience when it came to relationships, men's flowery words, and tricks to trick girls. She had never been in a relationship, and she rarely had contact with men. Many men pursued her, but Han Chushue didn't give them any chance to show off their flirting skills. So, Han Chushue had no experience at all. But at the same time, she liked Lin Xian. Under this premise, Lin Xian had the opportunity to show off his flirting skills. So, Han Chushue was easily hooked. Chapter 348. Lin Xian didn't know what evidence he left behind. He didn't care about it at all. Ling Ying and Han Chushue looked at the footprints on the ground and then looked at each other. I told you, this guy is a bastard. He was probably eavesdropping at the door just now. Han Chushue asked in surprise. It can't be. She recalled that she did feel a slight fluctuation of spiritual power just now. Could it be Lin Xian? But for a person with good feelings, this didn't affect her favorability. If Han Chushue didn't like Lin Xian, then Han Chushue would directly make a move because this guy was dirty. But if she liked him, then it was a different concept. Shy. Unless Lin Xian did something that she couldn't tolerate, but obviously, this wasn't the case. Eavesdropping proved that she was tempting to him, right? Of course, she wasn't sure if it was her or Ling Ying who was eavesdropping. Both of them should be eavesdropping, right? Hey, 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 hey. Ling Ying waved her hand in front of Han Chushue. She found that Han Chushue's face was a little red. She didn't notice it just now. Was it because she was shy or because she just took a shower? Ah. Han Chushue came back to her senses and said, It's nothing, let's go. Hey, don't you want to say anything? Ling Ying froze for a moment. Say what? That guy eavesdropped on us taking a shower. And with his strength, as long as he released a little bit of spiritual power, he could hear everything we said. That means, he heard everything we said. Ling Ying said angrily. That means, he also heard her talking bad about Lin Xian behind his back. She said it herself, what's the big deal? Anyway, it was the truth. Then you say it. Ling Ying. Okay. I'll say it. Then the two girls walked down. Lin Xian took a sip of orange juice and watched the two girls walk down the stairs in their pajamas. Ling Ying was wearing cute pink pajamas, while Han Chushue was wearing elegant white pajamas. Wow. He couldn't hold on. I can't take it anymore. Han Chushue looked at Lin Xian's eyes, and her pretty face slightly turned away. Then, she sat down not far away. Hey, what are you looking at? Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. I think the two of you are too beautiful. Oh. Who is prettier? Ling Ying asked with a smile. What a suicidal proposition. Of course, Lin Xian wasn't stupid. They're all beautiful. If you have to pick the prettiest one, who will you pick? Although Han Chushue didn't say anything, she pricked up her ears and listened. Of course, she was also looking forward to Lin Xian's answer. No, because I can't. What a joke. Lin Xian wasn't a fool. At this time, he would rather not answer than pick the prettier one. Why? Because both of you are beautiful and have your own style. If both of you have the same style, then I can choose. But you don't, so I can't choose. Ling Ying didn't want to give up. Then, he continued to ask, Chushue and your fairy sister, Ling Long Shui, should have the same style, right? Which one of them is prettier? Lin Xian. Wow. I really want to slap her. Han Chushue glanced at Lin Xian. Actually, he didn't need to choose. She admitted that she couldn't compare to Ling Long Shui. I'm starving. Didn't you guys want a barbecue? I'm hungry. Let's barbecue quickly. Lin Xian quickly changed the topic. TSK, men. Chushue, did you see that? Don't look for men in the future. What's the use? He doesn't accompany you when you go shopping. He can't be bothered to play games with you. He doesn't even tell you the truth. He only knows how to flirt outside. He's so troublesome. He even needs you to cook for him. What's the use? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian and said to Han Chushue, "Why not?" Lin Xian was unhappy. Then he said, "You can have sex." Ling Ying. Bastard. Do you only have sex in your eyes? Ling Ying gritted his teeth. And kisses. Hair men. Ling Ying turned his head. Then, she thought of something and turned her head to look at Lin Xian. Lin Xian suddenly felt that something was wrong. This expression, something big was going to happen. Although he was very touched by what Ling Ying had done, he still needed to talk. Are you eavesdropping outside our door? Lin Xian. It can't be. She saw it. I'm not eavesdropping. I'm not that dirty. Lin Xian retorted. Oh, you're not? Then did you go upstairs? Lin Xian. No, she felt that she was very confident. Could it be that she had exposed herself? For safety's sake, Lin Xian nodded calmly. Yes, I have. Why did you go upstairs? You didn't come down for half an hour. I was thinking, would it take that long to change clothes? I was about to starve to death. Then, I went upstairs to ask you to come down quickly. Is there a problem? Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying and asked. Then what's with the footprints you left at our door? Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. So it was footprints. Luckily, he said that he went upstairs. If he said that he didn't, he would have exposed himself. Footprints. I wanted to knock on the door, but then I heard the sound of a shower inside. I knew you were taking a shower, so I left. The footprints were left when I was standing there and about to knock on the door. Is there a problem? Lin Xian realized that ever since the big sister beside him went into hiding, his ability to make things up became much stronger. Ding. Deceiving big sister and trying to explain your dirty actions is considered a scumbag behavior. Scumbag value plus 100,000. Ling Ying froze for a moment. There really wasn't a problem. Even if Lin Xian eavesdropped, his explanation was still okay. But she felt that Lin Xian must have eavesdropped. Otherwise, it didn't fit his temperament. Alright, let's not talk about this anymore. Let's go barbecue. I'm starving. Lin Xian, come with me to get the barbecue grill and chairs. Chushue, you go get the ingredients. Also, get some wine. I want to drink today, Ling Ying said. Han Chushue nodded slightly. Then, Lin Xian and Ling Ying walked into a storage room. What are you doing? Ling Ying pouted when she walked in. Lin Xian directly pinched her little butt. You're good. You promised me that you wouldn't talk back to me outside. Now you're going against me everywhere. Lin Xian looked at Ling Ying with a smile. You think I'm afraid of you? Ling Ying fearlessly looked into Lin Xian's eyes. Alright. You're not afraid of me. I hope you can still say those words when the time comes. Lin Xian's lips curled up. What? You're not happy that I'm picking up girls for you? Ling Ying said unhappily. My wife is the best. Then can you help me pick up girls? Don't make it harder for me to pick up girls. Lin Xian laughed. Chapter 349. When Ling Ying heard Lin Xian's words, she couldn't help but stare at him angrily. I allowed you to pick up girls, but you still want me to help you. Isn't that too much? Cough cough. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose embarrassedly and coughed dryly. It seemed like it. As a girlfriend, it was impossible for her to allow her boyfriend to pick up a girl. This was not hundreds of years ago. Asking her to help him pick up girls was indeed too much. If Ling Ying didn't help Lin Xian pick up girls, she wouldn't let Lin Xian come to Han Chushue's house. I don't care what you do tonight, but I want to ask you, do you want to pick up Han Chushue? Ling Ying looked at Lin Xian seriously. What should he do? Saying that he wanted to pick up another girl in front of his girlfriend? Was he an idiot? But Lin Xian didn't know how to answer. After that, he said, "Isn't this because I want to help you make Han Chushue return to normal?" "Teske, don't I know men?" Ling Ying snorted. "Oh, you know them very well." Lin Xian revealed a smirk. Ling Ying then hit Lin Xian's chest. Cough cough, Lin Xian couldn't help but cough. His girlfriend was a big baddie. She used her little fists to hit his chest. What about Ling Ying? Her little fists hitting his chest was a little painful. Don't change the topic. Indeed, the best way is for you and Han Chushue to be together. Only then can she completely recover. But I want to ask you something first. I loved her. Ling Ying. I don't regret it. Ling Ying. Love your sister. Let me ask you, if you really manage to pick up Han Chushue, what will I do? Or rather, what will we do? Together. Lin Xian said bluntly. Damn Lin Yang. Hey, a girl should behave like a girl. How can you swear? Lin Xian stifled a laugh in his heart. I'm serious. Ling Ying glared at Lin Xian. I'm telling the truth. Ling Ying. She suddenly remembered a bet she had made with Lin Xian in the past. Was it going to come true? You bastard. Who do you think you are? You've already F***ked me, and now you want to F***ck both of us? Scram. Hee, you promised me. Unless you tell me now that our previous bet didn't count, then it's your loss. Lin Xian smiled as he held Ling Ying's wrist. It was indeed shameless, but Lin Xian had no choice. This was a mission he had to complete. If he didn't complete it, the punishment was something he couldn't bear. Therefore, he took advantage of Ling Ying's question to tell her about it in a joking manner. This way, she would think about it. At least when Ling Ying really came to that day, she wouldn't be at a loss and not have considered this matter. This was a very important part of the process of picking up girls. If one could completely grasp this point, their relationship would develop very quickly when picking up girls. However, one had to grasp a certain degree. Therefore, this was an art. Ling Ying was also a proud girl. She didn't want to act shamelessly. TSK, you think that even if Han Chushue likes you, you can convince her to do it with you? You're thinking too much. There are still 5 days until the Qianwu conference. I remember that the deadline was before the Qianwu conference, right? Lin Xian coughed dryly. This was too fast. 5 days? Could it be done? Of course not. However, this bet was no longer important. Lin Xian only needed to prepare Ling Ying to do it with him. That was enough. Yes, 5 days. If you can't do it within 5 days, then you lose. You have to do something for me, no matter what it is. Lin Xian shrugged. He had already given up. 5 days. If he could get Han Chushue in 5 days, it would be amazing, let alone the 3 of them doing it together. However, this wasn't important. What was important wasn't this bet. Of course, but it must be within the scope of my ability. Ling Ying laughed. It was impossible to do it in 5 days. She firmly believed. Then you can't stop me from picking up girls. Lin Xian said. Why can't I? That seemed to make sense. Why can't I? She was my official girlfriend. However, although Ling Ying was unhappy, for the sake of Han Chushue, he could only let Lin Xian take advantage of him. I'm serious. If you manage to get Han Chushue, what are you going to do? Lin Xian scratched his head. Difficult. Two timing? Ling Ying asked. Can I? Lin Xian asked weakly. Ling Ying. F***ck. This guy even asked if he could? Can you F***king sell it? However, she couldn't bear to leave Lin Xian. In the end, you can only choose one between the 2 of us. Who will you choose? I'm not choosing. If I have to choose, I'll choose both. Pfft, what makes you think you can? Ling Ying asked unhappily. Ahem, let's not talk about this, okay? We'll see when the time comes. Sure enough, there was a reason why the two of them could be together. Ling Ying also chose to take it one step at a time. Looking at the development of the situation, Lin Xian also did the same. Ling Ying also expressed his understanding of Lin Xian's words. As for hitting on Han Chuxue for the sake of her recovery, bullshit. This guy was using this as an excuse to hit on girls. Ling Ying was very clear. Lin Xian didn't hide it either. It was just that they didn't know what would happen in the future. Forget it. I don't care about you anymore. What you can do will depend on your own ability, Ling Ying said. Really? Really? She really didn't care. She never cared. She only dissed Lin Xian because she was unhappy and wronged. However, she really didn't care whether Lin Xian hit on her or not. Whether you can get Han Chuxue drunk later will depend on your ability. Lin Xian. F***ck. This Ling Ying seemed to be helping him. Was he that high? Get her drunk? What could he do with her drunk? No way. Wasn't it too fast? However, if both of them were drunk, Lin Xian was tempted. Okay. Remember to leave the door open for me tonight. I want to diss you. Lin Xian laughed. Why? You don't want to get Han Chuxue drunk and diss her? Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian and asked. I won't diss you. I still like you the most. Lin Xian laughed. Like hell I'll believe you. Get lost. I'm not happy. Then I'll get lost. After saying that, Lin Xian carried the barbecue grill and walked away. Ling Ying secretly shook his head. Bastard. She was the daughter of Chengdu's Ling family. The number of people chasing her could fill the streets of Chengdu. How did she end up like this? Damn it. This damn love. Damn it. Moreover, Han Chuxue was also the daughter of Chengdu's Han family. She had more pursuers than her. How did she end up like this? Was this Lin Xian poisonous? How did the two of them end up in the hands of a man? Ling Ying secretly shook his head and walked to the back garden. Chapter 350. They were barbecuing in the backyard of the villa. There was a cool breeze, and the air was filled with the fragrance of flowers and fruits. It was very comfortable, pleasant, and beautiful. The three of them surrounded the barbecue grill. Lin Xian was the most relaxed one. Whether it was washing the food, barbecuing, or applying seasoning, he didn't need to do anything. He was only responsible for sitting there and looking at the stars, chatting, and eating the delicious food. Okay, try it first. Han Chuxue handed Ling Ying a piece of barbecued wing. Ling Ying then handed it to Lin Xian and said, You eat first. Wow. You're still being polite with me. Lin Xian took the wing without hesitation and took a bite. How is it? The two girls looked at Lin Xian expectantly. It's very delicious. You should open a barbecue restaurant. Ling Ying rolled his eyes at Lin Xian and then took a wing each with Han Chuxue to taste. It was indeed not bad. They would usually sit here and barbecue when they were free and talk about some things. This was the first time there was another man besides the two of them. Whether it was delicious or not was not up to them. If Lin Xian said it was delicious, this barbecue would be meaningful. Come, let's drink, let's drink. Lin Xian eagerly poured wine for them. There's no need for so much. I rarely drink. Ling Ying saw Lin Xian pour a full glass for himself and quickly said. She really didn't drink much, unless it was a special situation. It was also because of this incident that she drank a little more during this period to drown her sorrows. Seeing Lin Xian start to make Han Chuxue drink, Ling Ying was unhappy. As expected, he still wanted to make Han Chuxue drunk. Damn it! Although she said she didn't care, seeing Lin Xian really do it would definitely be unhappy. But after thinking about it, she decided to forget it. She wouldn't disturb him. He had his own ideas. Since he had already thought about this matter, he was also prepared. As long as she didn't see it, it was fine. Who, Ling Ying took a deep breath. At this time, Lin Xian said to Han Chuxue, "Today is a happy day. Are you going to suppress yourself like before?" If there was nothing to do tomorrow, then he should indulge himself. Suppressing himself every day was so uncomfortable. How good would it be if there was wine today? Take it. Han Chuxue took the red wine. The red wine they drank was fine at first, but the after-effects were stronger than any other kind of wine. "Little Chuxue, how's your alcohol tolerance?" Lin Xian asked. "I don't know. I'm not sure how much I can drink," Han Chuxue replied. As an outsider who knew Lin Xian well, Ling Ying knew that Lin Xian was testing her alcohol tolerance. He wanted to see if he could get her drunk so that he could carry out his evil plan. "Oh, then let's drink to our heart's content." Lin Xian picked up his glass, and the three of them clinked glasses. "I'll do it." "Do you want to do it?" Han Chuxue had never downed a glass of wine before. "Drinking like this is more satisfying." "Okay." Lin Xian's lips curled up. After downing a glass like this, it seemed like he had to do something tonight. Should he get Han Chuxue and Ling Ying drunk together? Then he could complete the mission directly? No, definitely not. They couldn't accept it. Instead, it would lower their favorability. Definitely not. Even if they were drunk, it wouldn't be good. It was too fast. Ling Ying didn't think about anything else. Anyway, he had already decided to drink to his heart's content tonight. Once he was drunk, he wouldn't think so much. "Chuxue, are you still participating in the Qianwu conference?" Ling Ying asked. Han Chuxue could be considered to have let go of herself. Yes, her life was indeed too depressing. Perhaps it wasn't depressing, but she never gave herself the time to relax. She had many such opportunities, but since she was young, she was used to studying, cultivating, and killing monsters. She never enjoyed those kinds of experiences. She was just like other children who studied all day long. To be honest, this kind of life was too tiring. Perhaps she was used to it and didn't feel tired anymore. Han Chuxue poured herself another glass of wine and said, "I don't know. I'll go to the Sky Martial Court tomorrow and tell Miss Xiao to register you. You're already in the mysterious heaven realm. If you don't participate, it'll be a pity." Han Chuxue participating in the Qianwu conference was something that Ling Ying wanted to see. Han Chuxue fell into hesitation. Ling Ying quickly cast a glance at Lin Xian. Lin Xian coughed and said, "Yes, if you don't participate, I'll be very bored." "Why?" Han Chuxue looked at Lin Xian in surprise. "Think about it. You're a famous expert, and Ling Ying and I are also participating. I don't care about the others. If I can't have a good fight with you, then I'll take first place." "That would be very boring," Ling Ying said, smiling. "Ling Ying, take first place, your sister." "Damn. Why can't I take first place?" Lin Xian rolled his eyes at Ling Ying. "Let's not talk about whether you can beat me or not." Before Ling Ying could finish, Lin Xian laughed. "Why can't I beat you?" Lin Xian said with a smile. Of course, he was just joking. If he really fought with Ling Ying, Lin Xian did not have much confidence. "TSK, I'm too lazy to talk to you. You might be able to beat Qin Xiaotian. After all, he only has the ice attribute. You have the space attribute, which is a special attribute in a martial arts competition. However, you might not be able to use the space attribute in a martial arts competition." Alu. Lin Xian was stunned. He was still not allowed to use it? "I'm not sure. The space and time attributes affect the balance too much. If your realm is higher, you won't be able to use it. If your realm is lower, you might be able to use it." "I don't know." Also, other than the experts from the Sky Martial Court, there are also many experts from the Heavenly Sun Academy and the Heavenly Star Academy. Lin Xian touched the tip of his nose. "Are they that strong?" "What do you think? There are still many experts in the world. Moreover, their realms might be even higher. I don't know how many stars the mysterious heaven realm has. Right now, Everyone is preserving their true realms for the Sky Martial Assembly. As for you, I'm not sure how strong you are at the mysterious heaven realm, so I won't judge you. However, it will be difficult for you to get first place. Ling Ying said. Lin Xian said faintly, "It doesn't matter. We'll see when the time comes. The main thing is that little Chuxue has to participate." Han Chuxue nodded slightly. "All right, I'll let Miss Xiao know tomorrow." Ling Ying clutched his chest with a pained expression on his face. "Chuxue, you're not giving me any face at all. I tried to persuade you, but you were indifferent. The biggest reaction you had was hesitation. You just agreed to Lin Xian's suggestion? Hose over friends. I misjudged you. Heh, woman. Pickled pepper phoenix claw." Chapter 351. Lin Xian didn't know why he was so cocky. He was hugging both of them at the same time, and one of them was his girlfriend in name. He didn't understand. Was it because he was used to getting along with Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue, who were extremely difficult girls, so he felt that they weren't difficult? Then he became impudent? Wah! He really was a scumbag. However, Lin Xian's relationship with them was very good, and so was Yi Yi. They had been together for a long time, and had been through life and death situations. They had even been saved by Lin Xian. No girl would be indifferent to a guy like this. It was obvious from their reactions. Ding! Felt Yi Yi's shyness. Scumbag man value plus 20,000. Ding! Hugging a big sister without permission is considered a scumbag. Scumbag man value plus 100,000. That's right, Yi Yi didn't feel any disgust from Lin Xian's actions. This meant that her favorability towards Lin Xian had reached a high level. At the very least, he must have reached the requirement of 50 favorable impression points to confess. Yi Yi sat there with a red face and didn't say anything. Ahem, Lin Xian coughed and said, "You guys have been going to the beast domain recently?" "Yeah, I need to improve myself. Otherwise, I'll be too weak," Yi Yi said in a small voice. "I do need to improve, but be careful. Don't worry. I have people at home with me, and I don't go too far. There shouldn't be a problem in terms of safety. What about you? You seem to be very busy recently. I only saw you at the banquet. Are you usually in the beast domain?" Lin Xian nodded. "Yeah, the Sky Martial University conference is coming soon. I also signed up. I can't lose too badly, so I'm cramming." After hearing Lin Xian's explanation, the two girls heaved a sigh of relief. It wasn't that they were no longer important to Lin Xian, and it wasn't that Lin Xian didn't like them. It was just that he rarely came to the Sky Martial Court because he was going to participate in the Sky Martial University conference. "Good luck. We'll be there when the time comes," Yi Yi said. "I'm a little nervous," Lin Xian said weakly. Nervous? They didn't think that Lin Xian was the type to be nervous. "That's right. So, can you accompany me to relax tonight?" "How?" Yufans asked. "Do push-ups. Push-ups can be relaxed." Lu Yufan and Yi Yi blinked their big eyes in confusion, indicating that they didn't quite understand. "Then I'll change my words. Let's do push-ups together." They still didn't understand. Lin Xian. Wow. Am I too subtle or are they too naive? Don't they know? I still don't understand. The two girls shook their little heads. "Yes, it's sex," Lin Xian said. The two girls. Ding. You can feel Yi Yi's shyness. Scumbag value plus 10,000. Ding. You're asking other girls to have sex in front of your girlfriend. You're a scumbag. Scumbag value plus 100,000. Get lost, bastard. Lu Yufan threw a punch at Lin Xian, but he caught it in his hand. Let go of me. Lu Yufan's face was red. If it were just the two of them, being Lin Xian's girlfriend would be fine. However, Yi Yi and so many other Sky Martial Court students were there. Lin Xian smiled and let go of her hand. It was a good thing that Yi Yi's confession mission had not been triggered yet. After all, Lin Xian had too many missions to complete. A few bowls of water were not enough to carry all of them. Lin Xian, do you have time tonight? Let's go watch a movie together. There are a lot of new movies coming out recently, but we don't have time to watch them. Especially the horror movie, Sadako vs. Granny Rome. I heard that the tickets for the movie have already reached 300 million. Lu Yufan looked at Lin Xian expectantly. Actually, she wanted to go alone with Lin Xian, but how should she put it? She felt that she couldn't leave Yi Yi behind, so she thought that the three of them would be fine as long as Lin Xian was there. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. I can't. I have something on tonight. How about tomorrow night? If he went with Linglong Shui and the others tonight, he would be done for. Oh. Alright then. Tomorrow night, Yi and I will go to your house to find you. I'll go find you. After all, Lin Xian and Linya were staying at Ling Ying's house. It was not very convenient. Alright. But do you know where Yi and I live? I don't know. You can just tell me. No. If a pervert like you knows where we live, it'll be dangerous. Lin Xian touched his nose. Damn. You don't live alone. Don't you have adults at home? F*ck. Hee, that's true. Lin Xian really wanted to eat Lu Yufan. Yo, our love sage Lin is flirting with girls again? At this moment, Ling Ying and Han Chushue walked over side by side. Even if they were going to the advanced class, they would not pass by here. However, they wanted to see what Lin Xian was doing. As expected, not only was he flirting with girls, he was flirting with two of them. Damn it! In an instant, the four beauties of the Sky Martial Court gathered together. It could be said that the entire Tianhua Academy was shocked. Everyone looked at Lin Xian enviously. They really wanted to come over but did not dare to. They were not Lin Xian. They were just ordinary students. What right did they have to talk to the school beauties? No. We were just talking about how I'll help them practice combat later. Lin Xian smiled bitterly. F*ck. Mahjong. He was going to win. Senior Ling Ying, Senior Han Chushue, we're going to practice first. You guys can chat. Lu Yufan then dragged Yi Yi to the arena to start the PK battle. We're going to watch a movie tonight. Do you want to come? Ling Ying asked Lin Xian directly. I'm meeting someone else. Let's go together. Forget it. You guys aren't familiar with each other. Isn't that awkward? Then you're familiar with them. Something can happen between you, right? Lin Xian. Wah. Don't try to twist words. Ling Ying snorted. Forget it. Since you don't like us, you can go look for your two goddesses. Chushue and I will go look for Linya and Miss Xiao to watch a movie together. Lin Xian. Why did all of them want to watch a movie together when she wanted to? Wah. Alright, you guys go ahead. Remember to bring my sister along. Little Chushue, I'll let Ling Ying introduce my sister to you. I won't be going. Han Chushue nodded slightly. Then, the two of them walked away. Lin Xian's head hurt. Why did he have to flirt with so many girls? Why? It was all because of this D*MN scumbag system. The system expressed its innocence. You're still unhappy. Chapter 352. After that, Lin Xian led Lu Yufan and Yi Yi to battle. To be more precise, the two of them attacked Lin Xian with all their might. As their opponent, Lin Xian trained with them for nearly 2 hours. Since it was already noon when they woke up, it was already afternoon. I'll head back first. Lin Xian said to Lu Yufan and Yi Yi. Go ahead. Yi and I are also planning to have dinner before going to the movies. Lu Yufan nodded like a chick pecking at rice. Then, Lin Xian left the Sky Martial Court. When he left, the sun was setting. It was already 5:30 p.m. Han Chushue, Xiao Runing, and the others had left more than an hour before Lin Xian. It was said that they were going to buy groceries and make dinner for Lin Ya. After dinner, they would go out to watch a movie and go shopping. Lin Xian went to his original home, which was the room Linglong Shui and the others were staying in. When he opened the door, he saw two girls in loose pajamas dancing in front of the TV. Lin Xian was completely dumbfounded. Most importantly, they were wearing loose pajamas with long, cool legs. Their pajamas were so big that he could not tell if they were wearing pants or not. That wasn't important. They were definitely wearing those kinds of shorts. However, their legs were really beautiful. Most importantly, one of them was a void fox in the virtuous stage, and the other was the empress of a country 800 years ago. Two incomparably noble women were dancing to a girl group on TV. Who could resist that? They did not even notice when Lin Xian opened the door. The music was turned up, and the two girls were dancing happily. It could be seen that none of them had any foundation in dancing. However, they were goddesses with good figures after all. Their comprehension in this aspect was quite good. Moreover, even if they were not good-looking, with their figures and long legs, even if they did not dance well, they would still look good. Hey! Lin Xian didn't know why, but it seemed like he was just trying to tease them. He suddenly called out from behind and saw the two girls suddenly stop in their tracks. Then, Ling Longxue and Bing Lingyue stiffly turned their heads and saw Lin Xian behind them. The two girls' pretty faces were dyed with a layer of red clouds. Ding! Sensed Ling Longshue's shyness. Scumbag value plus 20,000. Ding! Sensed Bing Lingyue's shyness. Scumbag value plus 20,000. Then, the two girls sat on the sofa in a serious manner. They poured themselves a cup of tea and sipped it. They pretended as if nothing had happened. However, their red faces showed that they were not very calm. Ling Longshui said slowly, "What are you doing here?" As goddesses, they were serious and cold in front of Lin Xian. When Lin Xian suddenly saw the two of them dancing, even they would have some special feelings. Luckily, they did not subconsciously shoot a stream of energy at him. Otherwise, Lin Xian would be kneeling. "I'm taking you to watch a movie." Didn't I say that already? Lin Xian held back his laughter and sat not far from them. He poured himself a cup of water and drank it. Puffed. Then, he could not help but spit it out. Seeing Lin Xian's reaction, the two girls' faces turned even redder. Of course, they knew why Lin Xian spat it out. Ha ha ha. Then, Lin Xian clutched his stomach and laughed out loud on the sofa. Sorry, he could not hold it in any longer. The visual impact was too great. Two noble beauties were secretly hiding at home, thinking that no one would see them, and then dancing here. Indeed, there was nothing to laugh about. However, when they saw Lin Xian's stiff expression and pretended to be calm, and when he thought about how the two girls swayed their waists clumsily and tried hard to learn, Lin Xian could not hold it in any longer. As Lin Xian laughed even more maniacally, the two ladies could not help but turn gloomy. Was it necessary to laugh for so long and so loudly? You're still laughing. Ling Longshue's face was red and angry. She gritted her teeth and stared at Lin Xian. Sorry, I couldn't hold it in. Ha ha ha. I'll go wash some fruits." Bing Lingyue chose to leave the battlefield. "Stop laughing!" Ling Longshui shouted. Then, she stopped laughing, but there was still a smile on her face. "My temples hurt from laughing." Lin Xian rubbed his temples. "You should be punished for entering someone else's home without permission." Ling Longshui said coldly. Wait. I think you've misunderstood. This is my home." Ling Longshui. It seemed to make sense. "But you can't just come in without saying anything. Don't you know that Lingyue and I are living here? What if it's inconvenient?" Ling Longshui reprimanded angrily. "I think you've misunderstood again. First, I opened the door and came in. Second, I closed the door quite loudly too. I was just a few meters away from you. How can you blame me for not noticing? Who asked you to be so immersed in it and even turn it on so loudly?" Lin Xian said, trying to hold back his laughter. You're still laughing. Linglong Shui blushed. Okay. I won't laugh, I won't laugh. Linglong Shui then pretended to be calm and took another sip of water. Needless to say, it was very elegant and noble. But it was very cute. Ha ha ha. By the way, you and little Bing Bing like to dance? I can help you find a professional dance instructor to teach you, Lin Xian said. No need. Linglong Shui returned to her cold self. Bing Lingyue walked over with a plate of fruit and said, Linglong and I saw on TV that dancing can help us lose weight, so we tried to practice. You still need to lose weight? Your figures are so perfect. Lin Xian praised. Needless to say, Lin Xian's praise made them quite happy. It's different. We can maintain our figures because of our high level and some practice. But the TV said that dancing can be improved. That's true. Lin Xian smiled and nodded. There was no girl who didn't want to be more beautiful and have a better figure. They were women after all. However, Lin Xian wanted to laugh when he thought about how the two girls were bouncing around just now. If it had been Lu Yufan or Ling Ying, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have been funny at all. However, these two noble goddesses were also jumping around as if they were suffering from Chunibyu syndrome. Their beautiful hair was fluttering in the wind. This was funny because it was completely different from their characters. Bing Lingyue was also a little embarrassed. If they wanted to, they could definitely find a good instructor to teach them. But they could only secretly study at home in front of the TV. They didn't expect Lin Xian to see them. If it was someone else, it would be fine. But it was a man, and it was Lin Xian. Chapter 353. Lin Xian picked up an apple and munched on it, then said, If you want to lose weight or become healthier, I can teach you. Teach what? Needless to say, they were quite curious because they knew that Lin Xian knew a lot that they didn't. I'll teach you the third set of radio gymnastics for primary and secondary school students. What's that? The two girls were surprised. You can think of it as a dance for exercise. Then, Lin Xian searched for the third set of radio gymnastics for primary and secondary school students on TV, and the two girls watched it. Okay, Lin Xian and Linglong Shui wanted to say that it was lame, or that was what it meant. Come, do it with me. It's much easier than the aerobics you're doing, and it's very effective. I'm not doing it, Linglong Shui said proudly. Why should they do it? Wah. You're taking my kindness for granted. I'm teaching you out of goodwill, and you don't appreciate it? Lin Xian looked like he was heartbroken. You're hurt. All right, I won't care about you anymore. You can do whatever you want. Go and watch the movie yourselves. I won't care either. The two girls looked at each other, then looked at Lin Xian. At this moment, Lin Xian looked very sad, as if it was real. I didn't mean it that way. Linglong Shui was a little flustered. Lin Xian couldn't be angry, right? Thinking about his actions, although it was quite infuriating at times, it really seemed like he was thinking about them a lot. And her rejection just now did seem a little overboard. Lin Xian even specially helped them pick out the video. Lin Xian was obviously pretending. Although this radio gymnastics wasn't much to look at, to be able to see two goddess-like girls doing radio gymnastics, damn. It seemed a little comfortable. Forget it. Don't do it. I'll book the tickets for you too. Go and watch the movie. Lin Xian loosened the reins in order to grasp them better. Bing Lingyue took the bait and helped Linglong Shui out of her predicament. This seems to be much easier than what we learned before. We can give it a try. Linglong Shui just happened to be able to get out of this situation and nodded. All right, it's easier. We'll practice when the time comes. Lin Xian. He wouldn't be able to see it later. He said to say, he wanted to see the two girls doing radio gymnastics. Although this broadcast gymnastics looks easy, it's actually quite difficult. It might take you a lot of time to figure it out. Why don't I teach you now? It can save you a lot of time. We can do it together. Come on, stand up. The two girls looked at each other and then stood up silently. The three of them stood side by side in front of the TV. The third set of the middle school, dancing youth. Stretch. Then Lin Xian led the two girls to do radio gymnastics. Really, he held back his laughter the whole time as he taught them. He felt even better when he saw them at a loss. About 10 minutes later, Lin Xian finished teaching the entire set. He sat on the sofa at the back and said, "All of you, do it according to what you've seen on TV. I'll see if it works." All right. The two girls helplessly finished the whole set of radio gymnastics according to the TV. Lin Xian felt like he was going to get sick from holding back his laughter. He couldn't laugh out loud. Once he did, it would be the end of it. Lin Xian watched the whole process of them doing radio gymnastics. He really wanted to take a picture of it, but he felt that it would be bad if they found out, so he didn't take a picture. However, it felt so good to see two beautiful girls doing radio gymnastics in front of him. All right. Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue were disappointed and turned around. Lin Xian quickly wiped the smile off his face. Not bad. Barely pass. Let's go and watch the movie. Lin Xian smiled. It was worth it to be able to watch such a good show before the movie. I'm tired. Let's go later. Bing Lingyue sat on the sofa and said. Ling Long Shui nodded. We want to eat. After a while, Ling Long Shui looked at Lin Xian and said quietly. Eating is easy. Can't we just eat at a restaurant on the way to the movie? Ling Long Shui shook her head slightly, her beautiful hair fluttering in the wind. I want you to do it. Lin Xian was speechless. Did they like the food he made that much? Bing Lingyue nodded. I've eaten a lot these days. Although the taste is not bad, I still think the food you make is the best. Ling Long Shui didn't want to admit it, but she still nodded. That's right. Moreover, how should she put it? They liked the feeling of eating at home and didn't like to show their faces in public. Lin Xian's food was better than the food outside? Of course not. That was impossible. Perhaps they were just imagining things and thought that Lin Xian's cooking was delicious. However, Lin Xian's cooking was truly delicious. I'm tired. Lin Xian said. Open your mouth. Ling Long Shui said. Alu. Lin Xian opened his mouth and something flew into his throat. What kind of weird stuff did you feed me? Lin Xian felt that thing turn into water and flow into his stomach. Then, he felt a majestic power surge out, and his body was suddenly filled with strength. This was similar to the feeling of exchanging for a strength attribute. It's a pill that can make you not tired. Do you have the strength to cook now? Ling Long Shui asked. I have the strength, but I don't have the ingredients. I bought them a long time ago. Lin Xian. Wow. You're waiting for me to come over and cook for you, right? Ling Long Shui blushed slightly. It was true. She and Bing Lingyue liked Lin Xian's food very much, so they went to buy a lot of ingredients. They didn't know what was what, but they bought everything that looked good. Fine. Then you have to give me something. We bought the ingredients. Why do we have to give you something like before? Ling Long Shui stared at Lin Xian and asked. Wow. You bought the ingredients, but I don't have to work hard to cook for you? I don't have to pay for my labor, so I'll help you for free? Am I your housekeeper or nanny? Ling Long Shui. It seemed to make sense. Then what do you want? Ling Long Shui asked. The pill you gave me just now. I think it's pretty good. Lin Xian grinned. Ling Long Shui stretched out her slender hand, and a golden pill appeared in her hand. That's it? Lin Xian's eyes lit up. The golden pill looked pretty good. You can't eat too much of it. Ling Long Shui said. Why? This pill can increase a warrior's strength, speed, and other aspects. However, after the effects wear off, the warrior will be in a weakened state. Although the weakening effect isn't great, it's still not good news, Ling Long Shui said. Chapter 354. Lin Xian rubbed his chin. Side effects. Although there were side effects, it might save his life at a critical moment. In that case, the side effects wouldn't seem so important. He didn't usually use it because of the side effects. When he had no choice but to use it, it would become a very important thing. It might save his life. However, Lin Xian suddenly realized something. Damn! You're still giving it to me even though there are side effects? You're waiting for me to finish cooking so you can eat it anyway. It doesn't matter if I'm weak or not, right? Ling Longshue's pretty face turned slightly red. She was exposed again. Wow! What a vicious woman! Lin Xian pointed at Ling Longshue and said bitterly, Ling Longshue, I'm not being vicious. Ling Longshue explained. Then what is it? You're willing to let me be weak for your own selfish desires. Can this be called kindness? This is called being exceptionally smart. Lin Xian, wow. Little sister, you're getting more and more shameless. I learned it from you. Ling Longshue's pretty face turned red. Ahem. Lin Xian coughed dryly. You hurt me and let it go with a smile. Ling Longshue, I'll apologize to you, okay? What about the sincerity of your apology? Ling Longshue helplessly threw a small bottle to Lin Xian. There's only one pill left. Lin Xian then put the pill away. Okay, let's get back to the topic. I'll cook for you. What can you give me? Lin Xian grinned. Didn't I give it to you? That's your apology gift. Ling Longshue, wow. I'm not eating anymore. Ling Longshue leaned on the sofa and thought about life. Lin Xian stifled his laughter. Really, this Xiao Linglong is quite cute. I miss the sun. Alright, as your friend, I'll cook a meal for you for free. Lin Xian then walked away with a smile. Friends. Ling Longshue glanced at Lin Xian's back and then looked at Bing Lingyue, who was sitting next to her. Yes, we are friends. Bing Lingyue nodded. Not bad. Ling Longshue smiled faintly. Although she was cheated by Lin Xian cooked for them for free. This feeling of being friends made her feel really good. After about an hour, Lin Xian finished cooking. He didn't cook too much because they probably wouldn't eat for too long. Although the two girls were focused on watching TV, they still smelled the aroma of the food. From time to time, their beautiful eyes would glance over. Time to eat. Ladies, time to eat. Lin Xian shouted. Then, the two girls decisively put down everything they were doing, including the plot of the TV series, and walked into the kitchen. Looking at the 5 dishes and 1 soup on the table, their beautiful eyes shone with a strange light. This was how they liked it. Is it good? Lin Xian looked at them with a smile. It's so-so. Ling Longshue said. Then can you please stop stuffing the red braised pork into your mouth first? Lin Xian smiled. Ling Longshue didn't bother to talk to Lin Xian. She and Bing Lingyue focused on eating the food. After eating, they went to wash the dishes. If Lin Xian washed the dishes again, he would complain. Let's go watch a movie. Lin Xian drank the juice in 1 gulp and said. In the next moment, Ling Longshue touched her delicate body. She was originally wearing pajamas, but in an instant, she was wearing a beautiful white dress. Bing Lingyue also looked the same as Ling Longshue. Damn! Lin Xian couldn't help but be surprised. With power, one could really do whatever they wanted. They didn't even need to waste time to change clothes. They just needed to wave their hands and changed into a new one. Let's go. Ling Longshue and Bing Lingyue were looking forward to the movie that Lin Xian had been talking about. How good would it be? Watching a movie was actually a matter of the atmosphere. It was completely different from watching at home. To them, anything new and interesting would make them like it. The theater was on the 7th floor of Subei Square. Lin Xian brought the two girls here. He was too lazy to book tickets online. The people who came to watch the movie were all young men and women. When the two beauties, Ling Longshue and Bing Lingyue, appeared here, they would instantly become the focus of attention. That was obvious. Lin Xian was used to this feeling. He then walked to the front desk. "Miss, what horror movies are there recently?" "Horror movies?" Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue certainly knew the meaning of horror, but they didn't understand the definition of horror movies. "Well, it's a scary movie. You won't be scared, right?" "Of course not," Bing Lingyue said. Who were they? They were heavenly venerables and absolute realm experts. How could they be scared by a small horror movie? When the receptionist saw Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue's appearance, she was even shocked. This young man actually brought two beautiful goddesses to watch a movie together. He was really something. Moreover, they were watching a horror movie. Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue might not know why a guy would bring a girl to watch a horror movie, but as a modern person, the receptionist knew very well. Amazing. He actually brought two beautiful girls to watch a horror movie. Was he planning to take advantage of them? He was a ruthless person. There are two movies. Sadako's battle with Nanny Rong and the disaster horror movie, Animated Crisis. Which one do you want to watch? What about you two? Lin Xian asked. It didn't matter which one they watched, as long as it was a horror movie. Lin Xian did not expect to bring them to watch a romance movie. Those were two different concepts. Watching a horror movie was like watching a movie in a movie theater. This kind of relationship between a man and a woman who had just started dating basically meant that they had not held hands or made love before. This kind of relationship required them to watch a horror movie. As for a romance movie, it was something that could stimulate a woman's hormones. It was usually used when there was hope that they would be able to get a room with a girl after watching a romance movie. Lin Xian and Ling Long Shui were definitely the former at most. However, if Lin Xian brought Han Chuxue and Lu Yufan over, it would probably be a romance movie. You choose. Animated Crisis at 8:30. Let's choose this one. Choose your seat. Lin Xian, of course, chose 3 seats in a row. 10 minutes later, they entered the theater. Lin Xian held 3 3D glasses. This is... Wearing this will make you feel like you're in the movie. So magical? Is this some kind of spiritual weapon? I don't feel any spiritual power fluctuations. Ling Long Shui curiously played with the 3D glasses in her hand. No, it's just some kind of technology. There's nothing special about it. Then, the 3 of them entered the theater. It was very dark inside and the screen was playing the trailer. These 3 seats. Lin Xian found the 3 seats in the middle and sat in the middle. Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue were stunned. Did this mean that Lin Xian sat in the middle and separated them? Move aside, I want to sit here, Bing Lingyue said to Lin Xian. Lin Xian coughed dryly and said, That won't do. Once the tickets are bought, they have to be seated according to the number. This is our order here. We can't break it. Lin Xian began to spout nonsense. Chapter 355. This was very normal. Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue also believed him. Even friends can't exchange seats? Bing Lingyue asked in surprise. No, this is the rule. When the time comes, there might be a check on your seat. If it's found that your seat is different from the ticket, you will be fined. Of course, the fine doesn't matter to you, but you will be laughed at by others. This is definitely not something you want to see. If you ask me, you should have told me earlier when you bought the tickets. I didn't notice that we were sitting like this. If you had told me earlier, I would have let you sit together. Lin Xian said nonsense. Ding. Deceiving a young lady to achieve an unspeakable goal is considered a scumbag behavior. Scumbag points plus 30,000. How should he put it? Lin Xian didn't have many opportunities to use his scumbag points. This wasn't a bad thing. This way, he could save them up. Qin Lang's 37 million scumbag points seemed to be a lot, but in reality, he might not get any in the future. Then we can exchange seats if we exchange tickets, right? Bing Lingyue asked again. Lin Xian. No, when you buy the ticket, it's already fixed. The surveillance camera will see which ticket you have. Our security is very strict. Lin Xian said with a very reasonable look on his face. Those who didn't know would really believe him, but those who knew would think that Lin Xian was an idiot. All right. Then, they didn't think about it anymore and sat on both sides of Lin Xian. Lin Xian was very happy. I forgot to buy popcorn. I'll go get some popcorn and cola for you guys. Then, Lin Xian walked out and quickly came back with 3 big buckets of popcorn. This is... Try it. Lin Xian took a few and stuffed them into Ling Long Shue's mouth. At first, Ling Long Shue was stunned, but soon, she was defeated by the sweet taste of the popcorn. Is it good? Lin Xian asked with a smile. Ling Long Shue nodded slightly, then silently took a bucket from Lin Xian's arms. Looking at the big screen, she kept grabbing and shoving it into her mouth. Me too. Bing Lingyue looked at Lin Xian and Lin Xian handed her a bucket. Anything that they hadn't tried before was new and interesting. They were curious about it and liked it. In the theater, they didn't attract much attention because it was very dark. To be honest, even if you were sitting next to Ling Long Shue and Bing Lingyue, you would be embarrassed to stare at the opposite sex. Very soon, the movie began. Put on the 3D glasses, Lin Xian reminded them. Then, the 2 girls really obediently put on the glasses. As soon as they put it on, the big screen in their line of sight immediately became layered. When the movie began, it was an exciting scene of zombies. The 2 girls stopped grabbing popcorn at the same time and stared at the movie with their big eyes. Lin Xian constantly paid attention to their state. He could see that the 2 girls seemed to be a little nervous. It was hard to tell what state they were in. Although they knew that it was a movie, the 3-dimensional feeling made them feel very real and a little scared. Lin Xian didn't know whether they were scared or not. With his level of existence, they definitely wouldn't be scared. But what if they watched it from the perspective of a girl? Maybe they would, right? The 2 girls blinked their big eyes and stared at the screen. Sometimes, their delicate bodies would even move according to the scenes in the movie. For example, when a zombie pounced on them, they would subconsciously dodge to the side. After all, it was their first time coming into contact with this, so it was very normal. However, Lin Xian was not happy. Wow! They weren't scared? His arms were still open for them. Are you scared? Lin Xian asked Ling Long Shue. How could this sovereign be scared of this? Ling Long Shue smiled disdainfully. Suddenly, a terrifying zombie flew over like a scene from a horror movie. Coupled with the terrifying roar, coupled with the 3D glasses, and then, Lin Xian was stupefied. Ling Long Shue subconsciously thought that the zombie was going to bite her, so she slapped back. Boom, the entire big screen, no, to be precise, the wall behind the screen directly collapsed. Lin Xian's mouth was wide open. Everyone in the surroundings was stupefied. What happened? Ling Long Shue regained her senses, but Lin Xian was still in a daze. F***CK. Big sister, what are you doing? Lin Xian looked at Ling Long Shue, stupefied. Ling Long Shue seemed to know that she had made a mistake. She took off her glasses and a trace of grievance and embarrassment appeared on her cold and beautiful face. That mutated beast wanted to attack me. Lin Xian. Hey! That's fake. It's fake. Who knows? Ling Long Shue mumbled as if she was in the wrong. Then, she pouted her little mouth and helplessly tidied up the messy hair on her forehead. She was really very cute. Because she knew that it was her fault. Lin Xian's mind exploded. Wah! Ling Long Shue was watching a movie with her 3D glasses when a zombie suddenly appeared. Because she didn't know much about it and it was more realistic, she subconsciously used her strength to slap it. Then, the big screen and one of the walls in the studio fell down. The others were even more stupefied than Lin Xian. They were just watching a movie. How could something like this happen? Some people even subconsciously thought that it was a terrorist attack and lay down. What do we do now? Do we run? Ling Long Shue looked at Lin Xian and asked. Lin Xian. Run my ass. I don't want to be wanted. Lin Xian secretly touched his forehead. Wah! This girl was sometimes adorable. She was so stupid that it was a little scary. Was this a void fox of the virtual realm? Linglong Shui lowered her head and silently stuffed popcorn into her mouth. She looked like a little girl who had done something wrong. Linglong, it's okay. Lin Xian will help us settle it. Bing Lingyue comforted her. Okay. Lin Xian. Wow. How much money do we have to pay? Lin Xian was about to cry. How comfortable would it be to spend 100 or 200 yuan to watch a movie and then take advantage of the girl? Now, 100 or 200,000 yuan would be gone. It was okay. At least Lin Xian wasn't short of money. Some people around them pointed at them because some people saw that it was Linglong Shui who did it. When the people in front turned around and saw Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue's beauty, they were shocked. Give me the phone. Lin Xian stretched out his hand to Linglong Shui. Then, Linglong Shui obediently handed over the well-protected phone to Lin Xian. Lin Xian decisively transferred 500,000 yuan to himself. Even if he wanted to pay, he couldn't spend his own money. That would be a huge loss. After transferring 500,000 yuan, Lin Xian felt that he could scam a little more. Then, he transferred another 500,000 yuan to Linglong Shui. Why did you transfer the money away? Linglong Shui asked. Big sister, I have to pay for it. You can't expect me to pay for what you did, right? Chapter 356. Linglong Shui didn't know that Lin Xian was trying to cheat her of her money in a situation that could be solved with 100 or 200,000 yuan. Lin Xian felt that he was such a cheapskate. Ding. As a man, cheating a lady of her money is considered a scumbag behavior. Scumbag value plus 500,000. Lin Xian. Hey, what do you mean by cheat? I helped her earn this money from the auction. Can't you just treat it as a reward for my hard work? Lin Xian despised the system lady in his mind, but the system lady despised him even more. Scram, scumbag. Lin Xian. Wow. Why was she scolding him? Wasn't he forced to be a scumbag because of her? Linglong Shui thought about it. Indeed, she did something wrong. Why did Lin Xian have to pay for her? How much money do I have left? Linglong Shui asked Lin Xian. Lin Xian took a phone and looked at it. 30 million? What the F***ck? Only 30 million left? Lin Xian's eyes widened. I still have some here. Bing Lingyue passed her phone to Lin Xian. Lin Xian looked at it. She also had 30 million left. That meant that they had spent 40 million out of the 100 million? How did they do it? What did you buy? 40 million yuan was enough to buy a villa. What could they buy with that money? Nothing much. Some jewelry and then some food. Linglong Shui tilted her head and thought for a while. Jewelry. Lin Xian felt a headache when he heard about jewelry. Even a small one would cost a few million, or even 10 million. Wow. What a prodigal girl. What the F***ck? The last time I went out to play, I saw an old man begging. So I transferred him 1,000 yuan and didn't spend anything else. Lin Xian. Big sister, are you guys out of your mind? Lin Xian was about to cry from laughing. Oh my God. The old man was begging, so it was normal for them to give him some money. However, if you want to transfer money to him, he has a smartphone, or even a QR code with him. Even a fool would know that it was a scam. These two girls really foolishly transferred the money. Damn. Well, Lin Xian didn't blame them. After all, the two of them were completely unprepared and unaware of the various scams of modern society. Otherwise, Lin Xian wouldn't have been able to cheat so many things from them. Wait a minute. Lin Xian suddenly thought, was it really only 1,000? Who transferred it? Linglong Shui silently extended her hand, and then Lin Xian looked at the transfer record. 10 million. 10 million. Is this 1,000? This was 10 million. She had transferred 10 million yuan to that scammer. Luckily, it wasn't his money. However, Lin Xian also felt some heartache. What a pair of silly girls. What did he say to you? I scanned it and then entered it. He said to add a few more zeros when transferring money. Otherwise, there would be decimal points. Linglong Shui said. Lin Xian. Lin Xian secretly shook his head. How silly. However, with such a large sum of money, they should be able to recover it by going to the bank and showing proof. Lin Xian planned to bring them to the bank tomorrow. They couldn't lose money for nothing, right? However, Lin Xian didn't tell them that they had been scammed. If you encounter such things again in the future, don't bother about it, okay? Lin Xian said. Okay. They didn't know what they had done wrong. In any case, Lin Xian had said that they had better listen to Lin Xian. At this moment, a few figures ran in and looked at the big screen and wall that made them dumbfounded. May I ask who did this? The lady in charge glanced at the crowd. Lin Xian walked down. Sorry, my wife accidentally got agitated. Lin Xian pointed at Linglong Shui. She then looked over. She was instantly shocked. Then let's discuss the compensation. How much is it? Just say it. Lin Xian. He didn't want to waste time. We need to evaluate it. Give us a rough estimate. Then, she hesitated for a moment before saying, the equipment and wall are damaged. About 150,000 yuan. After the repair, it will require manpower. During the repair, the studio can't operate. The loss is about 100,000 yuan. 250,000 yuan, right? Transfer. She was stunned. 250,000 yuan was a price she felt would definitely not be a loss. However, she didn't expect the young man in front of her to agree. It seemed like he was a rich second-generation heir who didn't lack money. Then, Lin Xian transferred the money to her and said, I apologize for this matter. No. Who hasn't had accidents before? When the lady in charge saw that the money was in her hands, everything was settled. Then, she said. Then, Lin Xian nodded and walked out with Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue. Remember, this is all fake. You can't watch a movie like this in the future. Lin Xian earnestly said to Linglong Shui. Linglong Shui returned to her cold self. Got it. What do we do now? We haven't finished watching it. Bing Lingyue asked. As long as the money was given, everything was negotiable. Buy new tickets and watch something else. This time, Lin Xian had learned from his mistakes and thought things through. He bought a movie called The Great Era, which was half a romantic and inspirational movie. They couldn't possibly destroy other people's cinemas, right? Lin Xian was really glad that Linglong Shui knew how to control her strength. With her strength, a casual strike from her would be able to collapse the entire northern Jiangsu Plaza, let alone a wall. If that were to happen, Lin Xian would not be able to afford the compensation. I'm done. Linglong Shui handed the empty popcorn bucket to Lin Xian. Lin Xian silently threw it into the trash can. Let's go. Linglong Shui. I'm done. She repeated it again. I know. I'll throw it away for you. Linglong Shui. I still want to eat. Lin Xian. Wow. This girl is so cute. I really want to kiss her. Ah. Okay. Then, Lin Xian helplessly bought 2 buckets of popcorn and gave one to her and Bing Lingyue. Then, they took the 3D glasses. I don't want any more. Linglong Shui said. It's more realistic. Otherwise, what's the difference between watching it at home and watching it at home? Don't worry. This time, it's not the kind of movie that can scare you. I'll say it again. I'm not scared. Linglong Shui stared at Lin Xian and said proudly. Okay. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Lin Xian held back his laughter. She must have been scared. Maybe not really scared. She was definitely not scared. But since she attacked, she must have been a little bit scared. No, to be precise, it was more of a subconscious counterattack. Let's go. The movie is about to start. Then, Lin Xian brought them to another theater. Bing Lingyue specifically reminded them about their seats this time. Lin Xian could only let them sit together while he sat on one side. But because this was a romantic movie, even if they sat on either side of Lin Xian, there would be no scene of them hiding in his arms. So, it didn't matter. The three of them sat in the middle. After they sat down, they waited for the movie to start. The popcorn is here. Chapter 357. Suddenly, Lin Xian's heart skipped a beat when he heard a voice. How could there be such a coincidence? Ling Longshui and Bing Lingyue didn't know Yi or Lu Yufan, so they didn't react. Then, Lin Xian turned his head stiffly. A young and pretty girl dressed in casual clothes walked over with 2 big buckets of popcorn in her arms and sat beside Lin Xian with a smile on her face. She was really beside him. There wasn't even a person between them. There wasn't even a seat between them. Next to him was Yi. Why didn't Lin Xian see her just now? Because it was dark here, they didn't deliberately look at the people beside them. If Lu Yufan hadn't shouted, even if she sat quietly beside Lin Xian probably wouldn't have noticed her. Lu Yufan and Yi chatted happily while eating popcorn. They didn't expect that the person sitting beside her was Lin Xian. Lin Xian couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. Then, he stood up silently. Little Bing Lingyue, I'll change seats with you. Lin Xian had his back facing them. Then, he walked in front of Bing Lingyue and said, Didn't you say that the seats are fixed? Even friends can't change seats. Bing Lingyue nodded slightly and looked at Lin Xian. Lin Xian was speechless. Wow! What was this called? He had shot himself in the foot. He couldn't tell them that he was lying to them, right? He couldn't do that either. Then, Lin Xian sat back down quietly. Lu Yufan, who was next to him, saw a man moving around beside him. Then, he took another look. It was strange. Why did he walk backward when he sat back down? Even if he sat down and turned his face to the side, she could only see the back of his head. There was a slight sense of familiarity. Lin Xian was about to explode. Why was it so coincidental? Why did they have to be in the same movie theater? Why did they have to watch the same movie? Why did it have to be the same show? And why did she have to sit right next to him? Wow! Lin Xian, I'm thirsty. Ling Longshui, who was beside him, suddenly spoke up. Lin Xian. When Lu Yufan heard this name, she turned her head to look at Lin Xian in surprise. At this moment, Lin Xian still didn't dare to turn around, so all she could see was the back of his head. Then, he deliberately lowered his voice and said to Ling Longshui, Wait. Oh. Lu Yufan stifled her laughter and whispered to Yi, the person sitting next to me is also called Lin Xian. Maybe it's him. Yi joked. Impossible. Didn't Lin Xian say that he had something to do tonight? If he had something to do, how could he come to watch a movie? He probably leveled up in the demonic beast domain, Lu Yufan said. Then, she happily ate her popcorn and waited for the movie to start. Ling Longshui frowned slightly, then turned her head to look at Lin Xian. Why do you keep looking at me? Ling Longshui asked in dissatisfaction. Lin Xian had been turning his head to look at him the entire time. The main reason was that Lin Xian didn't dare to turn around. Now, he seemed to have been noticed by Lu Yufan. Although it was dark, Lu Yufan only had to look at Lin Xian deliberately, and she could recognize him even from the side. Wow. That's uncomfortable. I think you're pretty. Lin Xian said. Lecture. Ling Longshui's face was filled with anger. He actually dared to flirt with her so openly. Lin Xian. Wow. Both sides were difficult. What should he do? Was this fate? Was the heavens punishing him for being a scumbag? Then, Lin Xian could only silently turn his head and look at the big screen. Lu Yufan saw the person called Lin Xian turn his head and take a look. That side profile seemed a little familiar. The light on the big screen suddenly turned white, and the lights in the theater brightened a little. Lu Yufan's mouth opened slightly. Lin Xian. Lin Xian. Oh my god. Lin Xian was about to cry. Fan. Fan. Fan fan. Lin Xian turned his head and looked very surprised. He was stuttering. It's really you. Lu Yufan revealed a pleasantly surprised expression. Yi Yi, who was beside her, leaned over and revealed a pleasantly surprised expression as well. Of course, this surprise was short-lived. On the other side, Linglong Shui heard another girl call Lin Xian. She also turned her head and glanced at her. Then their eyes met. When he saw her, Lu Yufan was extremely stunned. What a beautiful duck. Wait a minute. Lu Yufan suddenly realized something. Lin Xian told them that he had something to do and wouldn't be watching the movie with them. In fact, he had come to watch the movie himself. Moreover, that girl's name was Lin Xian, which meant that Lin Xian knew her. In other words, Lin Xian had accompanied her to watch the movie. In other words, Lin Xian had lied to her by saying that he had something to do and was actually watching the movie with another girl. Wow. She was about to explode. She really wanted to cry. This was a man indeed. Damn Lin's mother. At that moment, Lu Yufan felt very wronged. Ding. Felt Lu Yufan's grievance. Host's behavior is considered a scumbag behavior. Scumbag value plus 500,000. Lin Xian secretly touched his forehead. Oh my god. He was so pitiful. I didn't expect you to come to watch the movie too. Lin Xian saw that Lu Yufan's big eyes were about to burst into tears, but he still pretended to be calm as he spoke. If Lin Xian had watched the movie with another girl, Lu Yufan would only be jealous, but she could still accept it. However, Lin Xian had lied to her by saying that he had something to do at night and was actually watching the movie with another girl. This was different. Lu Yufan was still relatively rational. Although she really wanted to cry, she held it in and really nodded. Well, I was going to go to the beast domain with my friends tonight, but I heard that a very powerful beast had appeared in the beast domain today, so I didn't go. I didn't know what to do, so I came to watch the movie with them. I didn't expect that you and EE would be watching this movie too. It's fate. Ding. Deceiving your own girlfriend. Scumbag value plus 200,000. Really? Lu Yufan still had some hope. If it was true, then Lin Xian didn't lie to her, right? Lin Xian nodded repeatedly. Of course it's true. Didn't I tell you that I had something to do at night? Lin Xian had a sincere expression. The main reason Lu Yufan believed him was because Lin Xian's acting was really good. He didn't show the panic of being caught red-handed. Then Lin Xian, why didn't you ask me and Fan Fan to watch the movie together? He asked. I also wanted to, but what if you guys had already planned it out? It wouldn't be good to join me. Plus, my friends are still here, so after weighing the pros and cons, I didn't tell you guys. Linglong Shui had been listening to Lin Xian the whole time. Of course she knew that Lin Xian was lying, but Lin Xian found a chance to turn his head and wink at her. Linglong Shui was very smart, so she understood. Chapter 358. Forget it, I'll help him. Although it's not good for a guy to cheat a girl, I did cause trouble for Lin Xian just now. I'll just treat it as my compensation, but only this once. It's very dangerous outside. Linglong Shui ignored him after saying that. Then, she silently ate her popcorn, drank her cola, and watched the movie that just started. Lu Yufan was stunned for a moment. Did that mean that what Lin Xian said was true? Lu Yufan's mood immediately improved. However, Lin Xian and the girl still didn't feel good coming out to watch a movie. Is this movie good? Lin Xian quickly changed the topic and laughed. It's okay, it's quite popular. I originally wanted to watch a horror movie with E, but I heard that the studio was bombed, so I can only watch this, Lu Yufan said faintly. Lin Xian. Cough cough. Lin Xian couldn't help but cough. Lin Xian, what are you going to do after watching the movie? Lu Yufan asked. Of course, she didn't want Lin Xian and the girl to leave after watching the movie. Who knew what they were going to do after leaving? Go home, what else can I do? Actually, I didn't want to watch the movie. Since I can't go to the beast territory, I wanted to go home directly. But she said she wanted to watch a movie, so I had no choice but to accompany her. Lin Xian shrugged. Ling Long Shui. But for a sensitive girl, who was also Lin Xian's girlfriend, this sentence had a different meaning. The girl took the initiative to ask Lin Xian to watch a movie? She must have some ulterior motives. The girl even took the initiative. In other words, they might have to do that after going home tonight. So annoying. Why don't we go eat together after watching the movie? Lu Yufan asked. Right now, she only wanted to pull Lin Xian back and not let him leave with the girl after watching the movie. I'm not eating. I ate a big bucket of popcorn. I also ate before coming, so I'm not hungry, Lin Xian said. He really didn't understand Lu Yufan's meaning. Oh, let's watch the movie. Then, for the next 2 hours, they didn't interact much and just watched the movie. Lu Yufan wanted to declare her sovereignty. She wanted to hold Lin Xian's arm or snuggle up in Lin Xian's arms. But when she thought of Yi Yi who was beside them, she gave up. Actually, Lu Yufan and Yi Yi's situation was very similar to that of Ling Ying and Han Chushue. They were the kind where one of them was wooed but knew that her best friend also had feelings for Lin Xian, so they didn't want to reveal their relationship. This was not a bad thing for Lin Xian, because Lin Xian could go and woo their best friends. After that, they didn't think much about it and focused on watching the movie. The movie was very touching. Lu Yufan and Yi Yi, the two sensitive girls, were crying. Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue, of course, weren't to this extent, but it was obvious that they were also very touched. Many of the sensitive girls in the theater were teary-eyed. Usually, they wouldn't feel much when watching the movie on their phones or at home, but in this kind of situation, they especially wanted to cry. Especially those who had boyfriends, they cried in their boyfriends' arms. The boyfriends were very happy and comforted them, then they could go and get a room to tease them. After watching the movie, everyone left one after another, and the most anticipated part of the movie began. Normally, when you asked a girl out, as long as the girl was willing to come out, then you would have a chance. These guys were very scheming. They specially booked a movie at around 10 o'clock. After watching it, it would be around 12 o'clock. At this time, when a guy went out with a girl, he would first ask the girl if she was hungry. In fact, it didn't matter if she was hungry or not. If she was hungry, they could go and eat supper. If she wasn't hungry, then they could continue the conversation. Then, the guy could continue to ask the girl where she wanted to go next. Actually, if a guy came out to watch a movie at this late hour, then it was either a boyfriend and girlfriend, or they had a good impression of each other, or they had a good impression of each other. Girls were very reserved. In fact, even if they wanted to do something, they wouldn't say it. And guys definitely couldn't be too direct and say that they were going to get a room, so at this time, they would ask where she wanted to go. If the girl was interested, she would usually say that she didn't know. Once the girl said that she didn't know, then there would be a lot of gunfire. Because they were watching a movie in the middle of the night and she didn't know, it meant that she didn't want to go home. This was already a hint from the girl. As long as the guy handled it well, then it was basically okay to fire. But the guy had to remember that he definitely couldn't say it clearly, and definitely couldn't be too direct and say that he was going to get a room. Normally, the girl would choose to reject him out of reserve, even if she also wanted to do it. So, it depended on the technique. Lin Xian also wanted to, but he was facing Ling Long Shui and Bing Lingyue, so he couldn't do it. If it was Han Chushue, then he could bring her to a room now. He felt that it was okay. Han Chushue's good impression of him had already shown something. The few of them were outside the theater. We'll go back first. Lu Yufan waved at Lin Xian. And slow down. Don't worry. Then, she pulled Yi's hand and walked away. After walking to a place where Lin Xian couldn't see, Lu Yufan quickly stopped and leaned against the wall to peek at Lin Xian's situation. Fan, what are you doing? Yi asked, puzzled. That big hooligan is watching a movie with two beautiful girls in the middle of the night. I want to see where they're going after the movie. Lu Yufan cutely wrinkled her little nose and said, They can't do anything, right? After all, Lin Xian isn't watching a movie with one girl, but two. The three of them can't do anything, right? Yi Yi said, of course. Her tone was also uncertain. Who knows, that big hooligan has a lot of tricks up his sleeve, but those two girls are so beautiful, and they look so noble. Lu Yufan said enviously. As a beautiful girl, Bing Lingyue and Linglong Shui were the two girls she wanted to be when she grew up. She felt that such women were simply too beautiful, and were simply too tempting to men. Unfortunately, it seemed that she still needed to wait a few more years before she could grow up. She was only 17 years old now. Don't look, it's not good. Yi said softly. Don't you want to watch? Aren't you curious? Don't you care at all? Lu Yufan asked 3 questions in a row. Of course she cared, but she felt that she and Lin Xian were just normal friends, and it wasn't good to know his privacy. But Lu Yufan was different. She was Lin Xian's girlfriend, and she had the right to watch. Yi didn't know that. Chapter 359. Lu Yufan continued to lean against the wall and look at Lin Xian and the others. Then, she said to Yi, I want to see what kind of bad guy this big hooligan is. Then, okay. I'll accompany you. But it can't be too late. Okay, I'll see where they're going next. Lu Yufan said with concern. At this moment, Lin Xian didn't know that Lu Yufan was following him. Where to? He wasn't too sure. Go home. Although Little Fairy and Ling Ying were at home, Lin Xian sent them a message saying that they were still watching a movie. The 4 of them were together, Ling Ying, Linya, and Xiao Runing. It was said that they were going to go shopping after the movie. They probably wouldn't be home until midnight. Therefore, Lin Xian couldn't do anything if he went back now. Therefore, he decided to continue to chase after Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue. Anyway, to Lin Xian, other than killing monsters, he only needed to chase after the girls. He would be happy and comfortable. Only if he didn't encounter an awkward situation like tonight. Where do you want to go now? Lin Xian asked. Of course, the 2 girls didn't know. Let's go home. I'm a bit tired. Okay, then I'll go back too. I'll sleep at your place tonight. Huh? Linglong Shui looked at Lin Xian again. Don't misunderstand, I'll sleep in my own room. My sister will be home very late, so I won't go back now. I'll sleep at your place. Whatever. As for Lin Xian sleeping at their place, it didn't matter. After all, it was Lin Xian's home. Moreover, it had his own room. They couldn't be bothered to enter it anyway. It was fine as long as they didn't do anything out of line. As for Linglong Shui and Bing Lingyue, they slept together all day long. Of course, they wouldn't do anything. It was only because they had a good relationship that they slept together. Moreover, they often chatted about many things. They talked about the ways of the world, where they wanted to go the next day, what they wanted to eat, and their cultivation. 2 experts of this level had experienced too many things. Of course, they would talk a lot. Do you want to eat anything when you get home? Is there anything to eat? Although they weren't hungry, they didn't feel hungry to begin with. It didn't matter if they didn't eat for a few years. It didn't matter how much they ate. After hearing what Lin Xian said, the 2 girls' eyes shined. I'll cook noodles for you too when I get home, Lin Xian said. Okay. Linglong Shui nodded and then asked, What about the thing you promised me that can increase the space element to the great completion level? Don't be in such a hurry. I said I'll give it to you in 5 days, so I'll give it to you in 5 days. Prepare the pills for me. Of course. Don't give me too little. The same as before, 7 pills are too little. It's not enough. Understand? Linglong Shui. I understand. Also, I beg you, don't call yourself I. Can you use I? If you speak like this, others will easily misunderstand. Little Bing Bing has done a good job on this point. Bing Lingyue, I've always called myself that. Lin Xian, don't call yourself I. Oh my God. In the modern city, one called herself I, and the other called herself I. Who could stand this? Okay. The two girls were very obedient today. Come with me to the bank tomorrow morning? Bank. Linglong Shui showed a surprised expression. This was the first time she had heard this term. Is it delicious? Bing Lingyue asked. Lin Xian. Wow. These two noble girls only cared about food now? It's not delicious. My noodles are delicious. I know your noodles are delicious. Linglong Shui said. When she thought about the taste of the noodles that Lin Xian cooked, Linglong Shui really relished the taste of it. She also liked to eat noodles. For this reason, she had eaten with Bing Lingyue many times outside. However, she still felt that Lin Xian's seafood noodles were better. After staying in this human society for a while, Linglong Shui realized that she had changed. Changed too much. She even became more talkative. Because of this, she felt that she was really asking for trouble in her previous life. Anyway, it was difficult to improve at this stage. It required a long period of seclusion or opportunities. She might as well enjoy her life happily. Xiao Linglong, Little Bing Bing, are you used to modern human society? Lin Xian asked. It's okay. Lin Xian also realized that Linglong Shui had changed a lot. At least, Linglong Shui would respond to every word he said. If one day, the Myriad Demon Alliance stops a large number of demon beasts from attacking Tianhua City, are you willing to protect the peaceful life here? Lin Xian asked. She really hesitated. No, she didn't like disputes, so she was neutral. However, she really felt that this kind of life was good. If one day there was a war here, she would feel sorry for this peaceful city. However, Linglong Shui shook her head. I told you before. I'm in the virtual realm. Even if I want to do something, I can't. That's true. Lin Xian rubbed his temples helplessly. If they could have an expert like Linglong Shui to protect them, it would be much easier. Actually, you don't have to do anything to help. Ha! Linglong Shui looked at Lin Xian. Didn't you say that your sister joined the Myriad Demon Alliance? As far as I know, she might become the main force to attack Tianhua City. As her sister, without her help, we might be able to defend it. I can try. Linglong Shui was also helpless when it came to her sister. She was too stubborn. Linglong Shui couldn't control her. If she doesn't behave, bring her here. I'll beat her ass until she cries. You'll die a horrible death. Linglong Shui said silently. Hee, you're here to protect me. Maybe I can help. Bing Lingyue said. That's right. You're in the heavenly venerable realm. You can participate in the battle. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. Bing Lingyue also liked this kind of life. She even regretted becoming that damned empress all those years ago. She was indeed powerful and respected by everyone. But what did she get in return? Nothing. Instead, she lost her freedom. She lost her own life. If she had another chance to choose, she only wanted to live a comfortable life. But Lingyue is about to advance to the virtual realm. Linglong Shui said. Lin Xian, this was very awkward. Forget it. Let's not talk about this. Let's call a taxi and go home. Then, the three of them called a taxi. Wow. Look, they really got into the same car. That means they're going to the same place. Seeing this scene, Lu Yufan couldn't stay calm. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.